So much yarn, so little time.
Big extended yarn.
Quite the ripping yarn.
Shall we start with the yarn?
Welcome back. Don't even know what episode this is. I used to always say the episode number, like before.
Is it the best episode?
It's the best episode.
Is it the next episode?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So we got the bro Tim in the booth today. Say hello, Tim.
Hello. Kia ora.
And how do you say your nickname again?
Shovel Gunzy. It's actually a mix of both. Two nicknames from different eras and different people. I have friends everywhere, and they like to nickname me.
Shovel Gunzy.
Yeah, Shovel Gunzy.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's unique.
I guess it came from friendliness, but it's quite brutal. So my mate at school, Aaron Sequin, feel free to look him up and give him a bit of stick. But he was. I said something to him in class, and it was a bit cheeky, as per usual. And he goes, "Whatever, you look like you've been hit in the face with a shovel," and that was it.
Gotcha.
You know, 16, gone.
I was going to say, where does the shovel aspect come from? But there we go.
But I've always been one for a laugh. Yeah. I think laughing is, it's how you take it, right? Whatever happens, you got to laugh yourself out of it. Mm-hmm. And Aaron that day managed to cement a nickname for all of my friends to rip me out on. And then that carried out on to when I was 18, and then in the pub, you get to the pub and everybody's introducing you, oh, this is Shovel Face.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh well,
Shovel Face.
Yeah.
That sounds brutal.
It is brutal, but
Gunzy part.
it keeps one humble.
Yeah.
Best looking shovel face I've ever seen.
Yeah, bro. I had some brutal nicknames when I was young too. So yeah.
I think it sort of comes with the territory, doesn't it?
Well, exactly. Especially if you're like a light-hearted type of person.
Bit of banter.
Yeah. Bit of banter. Don't take things too serious.
That's right.
So you obviously know the premise of the show before we get into
all the good stuff.
What you're doing here with Screw You. Mm-hmm. Is it Screw You or is it Screw You Poles?
Well, it's Screw You Poles.
Okay.
But the motto is Screw You. So,
Copy.
Yeah. It sort of comes with it. And people sort of identify with both of them, I think.
Yeah.
They either like the edginess of Screw You or they see the tool and the Screw You pole.
Copy.
So it's a bit of play on.
All right.
But I've got to go back to Shovel Gunzy though.
Okay.
Because I got to explain the Gunzy part.
Gotcha.
Because that was when I went to uni and I became a teacher at uni. And I was a fighter pilot teacher. I was everywhere, man. I had so much energy. And my mates decided that I was a bit of a gunbird, which is a gunbird is a type of fighter jet.
Gotcha.
And then that turned into Gunzy.
Gunzy.
And then Facebook came along. And everybody got Facebook. From 2005 and 2006, everyone got Facebook. And I thought, what a joke. This is hilarious. My last name's important to me, but for everyone that knows me, it's Shovel or Gunzy.
Okay.
And no one even knows me as like Tim. Everyone knew me as Shovel or Gunzy.
Yeah.
So I just put that up on Facebook. And then that's the way it stayed. So hence the name.
It's classic. I worked with a fella in Oz years ago and everyone called him Crikey. That was his nickname. He was a Kiwi fella too.
Yeah.
Crikey was his name, as in like Steve Irwin, Crikey.
Yeah, I know the one.
And one day someone called him by his real name,
They didn't know it was?
whatever it was, and we were like it was that intense.
Yeah. Who's that?
So I see what you mean. Yeah. They definitely, good nickname, definitely sticks around, eh?
Yeah, it does. But I think it's very Kiwi, isn't it? You live by your nickname.
Shovel Gunzy.
Yeah. And I used to dig in. I used to get stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it. I always thought I was going to own a contracting company called Shovel Contracting. Big dreams as a 17-year-old.
Yeah, of your brand.
Yeah.
So obviously, the premise of the show. It's kind of tell a bit of your story, and eventually we'll chat about what you're doing here. But where did you grow up?
Born in Wanganui, grew up in Timaru, outskirts. I skied Fox and Dobson growing up. They were my club fields. So I didn't really know much about Wanaka and Treble Cone and Cadrona. I was kind of like spoiled actually. Left toes and nutcrackers and fresh powder that you didn't even know the difference between, like some people bash it out and there was just lines forever. I used to fall through it all the time. But I also had no one really teaching me either, so I didn't really have a lot of guidance in terms of like shredding. I had to make it up.
Yeah.
Still love a grab.
Figure it out as you go type scenario. Yeah. Those are pretty cool spots to grow up riding though. Skiing or snowboarding? Oh, you were saying you skied, eh?
I skied first.
Yeah.
It was just what everyone did. Everyone went skiing, and I really wanted to snowboard. At about 10 years old, I got to have a go on a snowboard, but I stuck to skiing because I was better at it, I think, and snowboarding was like sort of just really emerging in New Zealand, I guess.
What era would that have been?
That would have been mid-90s.
Yeah.
And it was, I didn't, like, again, there was no snowboarders up on Fox Peak. They were knuckle draggers, They come with a sort of, you're not cool enough. You're not cool. You're not gonna be there. Or whatever. Like, this is our mountain. But it wasn't like that. But it felt like that sometimes, especially with Dad giving me stick.
Oh, dude, the 90s was a different time between skiers and snowboarders.
It was.
It's not the.
Which interestingly enough is what that product was about. It was about bringing skiers and snowboarders together, because it's one mountain and it's one world, and we can't have it all to ourselves. We've got to share it, and that's what skiers and snowboarders probably don't realise about each other. A snowboarder can only see one side of the mountain, so when you're snowboarding down, I'm goofy, so I can't see that whole back side of mine. But a skier, they can look down and see exactly where they're going, what they're doing, where everyone is. But there's still like sometimes a little bit of miscommunication between like who's got the right of way on a mountain.
100%.
So this was really about talking to each other and being aware that we could help each other and look at different lines and different ways of doing things. Oh, and I'm a skier and I have a screwdriver to help my snowboarding bro.
Hey, look at you. Bringing people together with products.
That's it. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's like you say. I try and explain that to the kids, like said, like back then, because obviously snowboarding, it was a rebellious thing.
It is.
Totally. I came to snowboarding through skateboarding. Skateboarding was already rebellious, and when I started snowboarding up, Snow Planet and Ruapehu, it was still very much that vibe. Yeah. It was like,
wait,
I mean, like, to be fair, we used to steal the picnic tables up at Whakapapa and stuff and drag them out onto like the bunny slopes and, it would be like jibbing them and shit. And all the skiers look at us like, oh, yep.
That's very goon. That's very goon squad.
Yeah. These snowboarders, it's exactly what they do. They're just rebels, So it was for a reason that there was that.
Proper, right?
Yeah.
Skiing's like proper. It's like, it seemed to be the done thing, It's very, very posh in a way.
That's what I mean. We didn't help ourselves by doing that shit to show that we weren't these rebels.
Creatively, that's the inspiration that the industry needed, though. Look at where skiing's gone now. Excuse me. In comparison to where it was when snowboarding first arrived, there was just so many more variables or ways you could do things on a snowboard that snowboarders were thinking about that skiers started using, and the more they hung out, the more creative they got skiing wise. And then the snowboarders got cleaner, faster, better gear.
Yeah. All the freestyle stuff that came into skiing after snowboarding came around, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now everybody's friends. Hey, it's all good.
I hope so. I think that it's important.
You still see the odd ski dad up there. He's, these bloody snowboarders.
Yeah.
That's always going to be there.
I think my dad still gives me stick about that. But there's some brutal stuff out there. Did you see that one with the guy that he was hitting that snowboarder on the ground with his pole? He's like, whack, whack, whack. And then you see this. It's like, oh, here's my shit. Like that old, what's that soundtrack?
I think I did see that on Instagram.
And he just comes flying in and just wastes this skier and then just starts punching on him. I'm like, man, there's something else happened there.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like someone's.
Yeah.
We need to just chill.
So it's still, that stuff's still kind of there. It's just not like it used to be.
No.
It used to be a lot more.
Definitely.
Enemies.
Yeah. Yes.
On the mountain.
Which is strange to me because I would have thought that it's nice. It's nice to share something and to have fun in an environment together and to share that vibe is essence, right? It's essence of life. Exactly. It's the fun part.
Yeah. That's why people love skiing and snowboarding because it's exactly that. It's the feeling, it's the environment, it's everything.
So you don't have to be a pro. You just have to want to learn how to do it. you know, and that's the gift, right? Is that you can go out and give it a go, and you can have a blast, or you can fall over on your face and go, "Oh, I don't like that,"
Yeah.
you know, and just wander off. But essentially, what we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do with this sort of like image, is tell everyone that there's a positive and negative to life. You know, you fall over, you get back up, and you'll be happy when you do. You know, like
I like it.
Yeah,
Hidden meaning in the branding. It's good. It's not hidden. It's right there, but
hidden in plain sight, right?
Yeah. Take that stoke into your product. You know, and like people will be stoked on it.
You've nailed it there, or screwed it in my world, because that's where it all started. I was a ski instructor, and I wanted to help people have that same joy that I had shredding, and learning about that, learning about bindings, learning about how the setup should be for a learner, and they're all set to 0 or 1 so that your skis pop out. And then when you're shredding with me, you get good real quick, because I pump you full of confidence, because all you need to do is stand up.
Yeah.
Skiing, stand up. That's it. You stand up, you'll figure it out. You know, like it's not rocket science, but it just feels foreign. But as soon as like you get into the motion of it and start learning that slide, that's when you're like, oh, I can push it around, and suddenly, bang, your bindings are off, because they're not set high enough, because you've been pushing it too hard. And then that's when I was like, why isn't this a screwdriver? You know, why isn't my pole a screwdriver? So I went home, made my own with a brick and a pair of pliers and a posi bit, shoved it in the end, turned up the next day, cranked a few dins on the way down the piste, and another ski instructor popped up to me and goes, what are they? What is that? And I said, oh, it's my screw U pole. Because I was being funny. I was like, you know, I'll do it myself, because I couldn't find anything on the internet. The internet in 2016 had a lot, but it didn't have any screw U poles. So yeah, I just sort of thought, why not? I'll do that, because the next pole that would have a screwdriver in it was actually in the top of the pole, and once you use it, it rusted, and then it stayed in there, and also became quite heavy. So there was nothing that had just the tip of the pole as a screwdriver. So that's when I just went to town and started making my own, and people started going, yeah, I'll have one of those. That's a cool brand.
Kiwi ingenuity, eh? We love it. So
mixed with a bit of fun.
Did you? I mean, that's the short of how you sort of started that. We'll hit the long, but where did you end up after? So what you're saying, you grew up skiing fox and that.
Rugby.
Oh, you started playing rugby.
Well, I played rugby from a young age. I love rugby.
Yeah, I did too, until I got. I grew up playing rugby in Northland, so it was a whole different ball game up there. I was tiny.
Well, yeah, I might have had something similar, because we had a lot of Pacific Island living in Timaru at the time. They're great people.
Big units, though.
But they hit hard, you know, and like you're just scrawny little white boy.
Yeah.
Boom.
That was me.
But it's part of the fun though, right? I always thought, but then when it gets to a stage where it's like, man, that guy's picking me up with one hand and throwing me, I think I'm in the wrong game.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I broke my collarbone really bad in a big like pile up, and I was like, I'm done. Yeah. This is too
and they're
much
big
for
boys,
me.
man. They're big boys. But what I did love was the All Blacks ethos. You know, like they're professionals. They want to play there. They want to be the best, and they're willing to work together to make be bigger, or to make the game bigger than them. You know what I mean? Like they want to put something into that jersey, and I really like that. I think that in some way all Kiwis are little All Blacks, because we do have that sort of like edge, and if we're going to do something, we want to do it well.
It's quite funny you mentioned that. I was actually thinking about something last night, or I saw something that made me think about it, and it's very true. You know, like as we were sort of discussing earlier about, you know, this is sort of society here where it's, you know, that very much that tall poppy type stuff.
Something we've got to get rid of.
One thing I found interesting though is it doesn't apply to anything sport related. Like, you know, like the All Blacks, they have to be ambitious people. It takes so much work to get to that level. The Kiwis will cheer that shit on all day long. But if you're just some dude trying to start a brand or trying to do something out of the norm, they get behind it. They won't, oh, what are you trying to do? Well, meanwhile, if it's sport, back you 100%. It's such a weird thing.
I kind of 50-50 agree with you on that. Mainly because I've seen what Kiwis do in my own branding, but also I've seen that from where you're coming from as well. Was like, why aren't we bigging everybody up? Why aren't we giving them a little confidence to want to go to that next level or to achieve something that they didn't know they could achieve? And before I started this, that's how I felt. But then when I came home with this idea and a few core mates, you know, a few core brands, local brands around Wanaka and Queenstown, they got behind it and they gave me the confidence to want to do the next part. Mm-hmm. And it is building blocks, you know, like all these little blocks that go together and all these little interactions that you have with people. Because I mean, I'm let's be honest, like that's not going to change the world. But what I wanted to do was help the world make a change. Yeah. You know, like leave a bit of fun behind, leave a little bit of enjoyment. You know, it's not all about the corporate gig, or it's not all about like being on the dole. It's actually about getting out there and giving it a nut. You know, like taking your pole for a stroll. Go for a walk, man. You get a bit of that dopamine going when you're going for a walk and you're walking hard with poles. Boom. It's almost as good as shredding. Almost.
I love it. It's funny that you mentioned confidence. I did put up some stuff the other week from the odd solo podcast I do about confidence, you know, and like talking about that. People will be like, how could you be confident, this and that? Because like you say, a lot of people do feel very, very opposite. And I said, well, the thing about confidence is like any skill. Like you just said, it's built.
It is.
It comes from little milestones that you achieve and going, whoa, I can actually do that.
Yeah.
I can achieve this.
I totally agree.
Next goal, I tick that off.
Yeah.
And it's like all these people who speak confidently or whatever, speak or act or whatever they might do confidently. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, there's false confidence, like I mentioned in that one about you see the teenager who's out there trying to do something. They haven't done anything. So you're like, you can see straight through it. But the people who have genuine confidence in their ability is usually because they've built that over time, eh?
Yeah.
Because they've achieved things and gone, shit, I've got something.
Yeah.
On to the next thing, they've done that, and then they start to believe in themselves and it builds, you know?
You're not the finished product.
No.
Product. Do you know what I mean? That's never finished. And you aren't either. And that's the day you die, I reckon. Like that's when you're like, you can settle in a way. You'd be like, I did that.
Yeah.
And that kind of reminds me of the word success. And like, what is successful? You know, like, if I get that question, you know, what do you think success is? And you go, and people go, you know, money, blah, 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 family, whatever, all that stuff. But really, it's the goal setting. You know, did you achieve that goal? Success. You know, did you not achieve that goal, but you got all those little goals all done along the way? Success.
Yeah. Preach, bro, preach. Yeah. I preach all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like, look, like you said, success is an individual. It's an individual. What's the word? You know, it's different to everybody.
Absolutely.
When you're young and dumb, you might think, having this flash car is success. Meanwhile, the whole thing's ticked up and you can't even afford the payments. It's like, it's just a facade.
It is.
Success could be monetary.
Yeah.
You know, your idea, or someone down the road, their idea of success could be making shitloads of money.
Yeah.
That's their goal. You know, your success could be, I just want to have a garden and live my life how I want to live it. Everybody's on a different path.
If you were asking me about it, my success would be in the shred, in that zone. You know, when you're carving and you're just like, and you don't actually have to think about anything else. You've got a good tune on in your head,
dude.
You know, and then you're in that line
in powder.
Powder on the road. I've got an e-board these days that I love. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I used to rollerblade, like believe it or not. You know.
Hey. I dabbled when I was young.
Yeah.
Until I saw the light and went to skateboarding.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The 90s, bro. It was a time.
Yeah, it was a time. It was a vibe.
Everyone was just sort of figuring things out.
They really were. It was like the 70s without the drugs.
Yeah. A lot of mine came from my cousins who lived in Auckland, you know. Because I was a full bush kid.
Yeah, nice.
They were city kids.
Right. So you had a bit of a teach-learn situation going on with the...
And they were like, what did they call it back then? Like, not rollerblading, it was like street rollerblading. Yeah. I was like, whoa, and I sort of got into it. Yeah. And then I think I found skateboarding, switched to that when I moved to Whangarei, which is more of a city. And then, they so happened to realise, skateboarding's way cooler, and then they switched. And then, I went to snowboarding from that. So we're all over the place, but so I assume, like you were saying, you became an instructor. So you've done quite a bit of the winter, chasing the winter life.
Love winter, man. I think neige is the French word for snow.
Gotcha.
And when I learnt neige, I was like, I'm in heaven. I can't not do this for the rest of my life.
So where have you done seasons?
First season, I was in the French Alps in a place called Morzine. Probably, in my opinion, heaven on earth.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest fun I've ever had has been in that area, the Porte du Soleil, and some of the best people I've ever met are definitely involved. There's some of the inspiration for Screw You Poles. I don't know if you've heard of Brethren Apparel.
Yes.
He was Chris Kite, his name is an absolute champion.
Sounds familiar.
He is, but he's a great dude, and he was just, let's make thug rugs, you know, like he made a product with his sister, and they created Brethren Apparel, and it was just cool, you know, like they represented a part of the community that wasn't represented. You know, you didn't have to be, you know, the big brands to be a part of the industry or the community. And I think what Brethren Apparel did for me was show me that pathway was possible. And I didn't actually have any idea that this was going to happen. I just knew Chris and how much of a good bastard he was. And so when Screw You Poles sort of came about after I'd finished my season in Morzine, got a scholarship to be a ski instructor in Canada through EA Adventures Education. So if you're interested in being a ski instructor or a snowboard instructor, look up EA. EA. They're Queenstown based, but they're all around the world, and they can put you in all the hot spots. They don't always give out a scholarship, but I managed to swindle that with my mate that was good with the camera, and we made a little Tim Shovel Gunzy edit, and it was me popping in and out of different places I'd been around the world, and they were like, yeah, you can do that for us, and so did that. But I went into this sort of like instructor internship with like real power. I was like, I'm going to do this. That confidence. You know, like I want to learn how to ski properly, and I want to learn how to ski well. And I had a great trainer in Cyprus, and he referred to me as a bit of a fairy on snow, which I took as a compliment. I took that as a compliment because I was light on my feet, you know, and I could spin and do all the things, but you know, it was too late in my career. I was 29, 28, 29, and that's it. You're not going to be a X Games medalist at 29. You know, there's just too much work to do.
These days you got to start at like 12.
Yeah, that's right. And so, but I love this industry. I loved it. I thought it was. I still think it's the best on earth. You know, like what it did, it took all my rugby skills and my hockey skills and my ability to be. I was a farm boy. You know, all the rough and tumble, and it took all that and galvanized it and put it into this like speed demon. And I loved going fast. I was like, wicked. This is what it's all about, man. Because of course in Europe there's a lot more people on the mountain. So you go up the lift, and you're literally waiting. Like we think the treble cone's bad, but like you go over there and it is shocking. And they've got big lifts going out all the time.
Big mountains,
lifts, lots of people on it, and being in New Zealand, I didn't really have to learn how to turn, but I had to learn how to turn in Europe. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to hit someone. I'm going to break something, you know? And then snowboarding came in. I was like, I'll slow down, do a bit of snowboarding. So it was the season in Morzine. Then I went and did a bit of traveling around Southeast Asia, Aussie, and then went back over to Canada, and that was 2015-16 season, where I put that screwdriver in the tip of the pole. And because I had life sussed. I was flying. I was loving it.
Yeah, I was still living the ski bum life in that year. I think
the ski bum life.
Yeah, we moved back here 2017, so that was kind of my last hurrah.
I got a good ski bum story for you. Like I spent 2 years in a van around Europe testing this product, and so like I was a little bit afraid to do it in New Zealand because I didn't want to get judged for some reason. I just, I was like, oh,
yeah, see that internal tall poppy and never leaves it, right?
That's it.
You hadn't overcome it by
then. I hadn't, but I'd been out to the rest of the world, and I was I would say a confident Kiwi because I was flying on my own. You know, I was doing my own thing, and I didn't have to have any of my mates to go, oh, it's all right, Tim. You can do it. I just did it.
Yeah.
And people like that overseas. They were like, oh, Kiwis are cool. We've got a great reputation overseas.
Oh, dude.
It's actually quite incredible. Yeah. Like anywhere you go, you'll pick up a job.
Yeah.
You know, you can go anywhere and say the first thing you say is I'm a Kiwi. And they're like, cool, can you do this?
Yeah.
You know, like they just want you in their life.
I was mind blown by that when we were traveling back then. Like I ran into people that treated me like I was like a mythical creature, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, you're from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And it was like this big event for them, taking photos and shit. Like I had it all like in Asia, but in other countries too. And I'm like, what? Like, are we like rare or something? Like,
We are.
It was
Rarer
so
than
weird.
a diamond, I always said.
Yeah,
Rarer than a diamond.
that was a learning curve.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. But yeah, like you say, a lot of that stuff, again, like a thing I posted the other day. Mm-hmm. A lot of people that
Well, I mean, there's
don't
always going to
leave.
be keyboard warriors and people that have an opinion. And that's it is at the end of the day, isn't it? It's an opinion.
But it's the ones who haven't left NZ.
Yeah.
Like I said, they haven't done this shit. They haven't got
haven't.
out there and seen the world.
They haven't, but they also know in the back of their minds how good they've got it. Do you know? Then it's just something that they have to work through in their life.
Yeah, yeah.
And be kind to people that are coming to visit New Zealand. And, there's like, you do see a little bit of like road rage out there, and you're like, mate, those guys have no idea what they're doing, and you're just yelling at them or on your horn or just like right up their tailgate, and whereas we should be chill. Oh well,
yeah,
whatever.
we have very much the same mentality, bro.
Yeah.
I always tell people this. I'm like, be a good representative for our country and our people.
Yeah.
Like yes, like here I live.
Yep.
Mass tourism, but you know what? They bump into a Kiwi. Hey, like you having a good holiday, and it's just the vibe.
It is.
And then guess what? When they go home to their country, those Kiwis are really nice.
Yeah.
If they have the opposite, what do? They go home and go, it's horrible.
Don't go to
Everyone's
New
shit.
Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yes, like obviously there's different opinions on the tourism sector in New Zealand, but reality is our country does semi-survive off it. Like,
I don't know if I should get started on the whole how New Zealand economy works, because it's not. I tell you what, I will tell you about is the Europe side of the van. So I like my first season, I'm sticking to the Kiwi vibe, but my first season in the French Alps, I had a van and I almost froze to death. Like it's cold over there. Like it's colder than here. We've got a different kind of cold. And in Europe, it was minus 15 outside, and I had no heater in my van. Everything was freezing. So like when you're sleeping in I had a bed set up, but you're sleeping in a thing with an electric blanket, classic Kiwi. You've got your power going to electric blanket that lasts for about 2 hours in the cold, and then suddenly everything inside, all the moisture's freezing inside. So you're actually making the van's getting colder and colder every night you're staying in it. So I had to build a fireplace. So me and my mate I convinced him that he needed to do some welding for me, and I put it all together, and then made a fireplace and put it in the van. I stayed up all that first night to make sure that it was kosher, but it saved my life. It changed everything. Just having that ability or the want to fix a problem and make the most out of it. It was minus 15 outside, and it's 20 degrees in the van. I'm down to my undies. I was sitting in the back of the van going, holy moly, it's dried out all my gear. The van's dry, everything's sweet, and I'm like, this is perfect. Yeah. But how long can you do that for? Like how long are you in that environment and it becomes too easy? I got to the end of like the 2 years, and I'd met some fantastic people, and I sold a few poles along the way. Went to a few gigs, got involved with a few local community brands, which were awesome. Happy Hours is a big one from Morzine. They were fantastic.
proper après.
Proper après, and Cafe Show, which means hot cafe. Yeah, they were really good. Retro Rentals was a big inspiration. I don't know if you've heard of Retro Rentals before. Yeah, Kyle. He started. They brought up all of the old school onesies.
Oh, yeah,
and then just started shifting them out to all of the uni students, and they were paying $5 a day for these things, and he had hundreds of them going, and Retro Rentals just became a real vibe. And I was, again, another inspiration for me. It was like, man, these are my friends, like these are people that I know, and like I wonder if I'll ever get to do something like that. Behold, little old New Zealand has a bit of ingenuity into it. Screwdriver, ski pole.
It's all action, bro.
It is action. You got to do it.
The optics of it, seeing other people do it is one thing.
Yeah.
taking action, like coming out with an idea and actually executing and making shit happen.
A lot
is
of
a
work.
whole different thing.
A lot of work. Like if you, that old saying, you know, if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life,
Exactly.
is very true. Because I just love making stuff, and I love making other people's lives better.
Yeah.
And I love the idea that something that I created helped someone have fun, or facilitated that environment during that environment where they needed something to keep having fun. Because like powder's great until your binding's loose and you've got no screwdriver. You know, like it's like, and then it's very difficult. You know, you're trudging through it rather than sliding on it. And all you needed was a tip, a screw pulse tip.
Living in Japan, bro.
Oh yeah,
Plenty of those moments stuck in snow. So, do you think, like, obviously being a ski bum,
which was awesome
to put it
Yeah,
nicely, but that's just
Good catch,
that's just what we call it, you know. Even though we're a snowboard bums, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of that, like, if you hadn't have done that, if you hadn't have travelled and gone out there and lived in, because we all know that, like, it's such a every kid, if they're interested in snow sports, should go and be a ski bum for a few years,
Sure,
just
man.
to get that travel, to
Kiwis
get that
have got it as
perspective.
well. They're hearty.
Do you think this would Screw You would exist if you hadn't have done that?
I think it was
not
a
a-
bonus.
Yeah.
I think it would have. It certainly gave me a lot of not just content, but like what is it? The word I'm looking for? It'd be man, it's escaped me for now. I'll come back to it. It did help, and it definitely is a part of the journey. But I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, because when they said, "How are you going to get it out there?" I said, "I'm getting in my van. I'm buying a van. I'm doing it up, and I'm going out into Europe." You know, and I ditched my teaching career. I ditched my building career. I had a heavy vehicles license. You know, like there was all sorts of options for me that earn a decent amount of money. And I went, no, I'm going to go and check this out. And when I discovered that feeling of driving through the Channel into France, and you're on your way to your ski season, and you just like have the world's open. You know what I mean? There's options everywhere, and it doesn't matter what option you choose, it's going to be a good one. That adventure, that excitement, I think is honestly a true Kiwi spirit, because that's something that we would have felt coming over here from all around the world to be a part of New Zealand. I think that's what they would have felt. You know, like, let's go. You know, we're leaving that behind and we're going to go for this.
Yeah.
And that part is definitely a part of Screw You Poles.
But so you had the idea before you went and did seasons?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I did, yeah.
That's what I was sort of getting at. Gotcha.
Yeah, the first season in Morzine, no. But then I went to Cyprus and Vancouver, City Field.
Yeah.
And then did that there. And then I had the plan was to head into Europe and go back to Morzine, and, you know, because I already had a friendship group there. And I think it was more of a bonus season for me, really. But it turned into a lot more.
So you had the idea, you sort of were like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and then sort of taking it over there was almost like a, you know, like
As a tester.
product testing for
Definitely.
you. Yeah.
I had
Bigger
'cause
market, bigger industry.
It's a bit like, people were like, what, screwdriver on a pole? Why? You know, like, but then when they need one, they're like, oh, yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Why any product ever?
Yeah,
'Cause it
you know,
solves a
find a
problem.
need and fulfill it, right? That's that whole
Yeah.
product scenario. But that people were testing them. They were smashing them into concrete, smashing them into rocks, snow, ice, and they just bounce. And I was like, that's cool. Tungsten steel, no, you know, they're like proper tips.
Yeah.
And half the battle was figuring out how to make it manufacturable rather than making your own, you know, like. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you'll have to come and see me at the snow show, or the snow trade show in Coronet Peak next month, which is pretty big for us.
Yeah.
We're joining the crew. We're joining the New Zealand Trade Federation, Snow Trade Federation.
Going mainstream.
I think, yeah. Well, I think it's just credibility,
100%.
rather than, I know what you mean, but
No, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm saying it's good. Look at you go.
It
Growth,
is good. Yeah. No, thank you. But I wanted it to be credible. You know, like, it's always been a bit of a laugh, and now it does its thing, and the product is actually solid. You know, because we've gone through the whole motions of, like, every year getting a small batch in and testing that product and making changes to it that need to be changed in order for it to be a tough pole that goes, you know, skiing, snowboarding, hiking, walking, whatever you want to use your pole for, you can use it.
We should probably mention the product is poles, like walking or ski poles with screwdrivers on the end.
I don't want to give you a rundown of the products, because I don't think you've seen them all.
If you want to.
I can.
Do you want to do it?
Well,
now?
I mean, I'll start with my one.
We're all over the shop, so let's just do it.
That's the story of my life, though. There's so much to fit in.
Yeah.
This is my pole, so I make these ones custom. So it's called Just the Hit, but you can get either a camera attachment at the top. Oh, this is just an add-on. This is not ours. But
wait, so does that have like a 1/4 screw on top?
So yeah, I thought you'd like this one.
Oh, I do like that one.
So that one has your camera attachment at the top.
Yeah,
I just use mine for my phone.
That's what we need, bro. Yeah. That's epic.
So most of that's made in New Zealand.
So it's just got like a 1/4 on top. And has it still got the thing on the bottom?
Yeah, you can pull that little knob off. Just pull it right off.
Oh, look at that!
There's your screwdriver.
Little screwdriver on the bottom, dude. It's so genius.
Thanks.
And that's what I love. Like I love this. I love, people like you who have come up with an idea and not just dreamed about it. You've gone, okay, what are the steps? Like, how do I actually make this be here as a physical product that I sell to people?
And better.
Yeah. And
Because
better than
everyone's got a
lot of other
pole,
ones.
but have they got a screw U pole? And why is it better? It's not just the tip. That's the camera attachment at the top. The long grip that is good for when people are doing 5 centimeter like grip things. What are they called? Like the little indents on the grip. So that's good for measuring when you're in the snow or doing snowpack.
So is this one specifically not for snow? Is this for
that one's
whatever?
everything?
Gotcha.
You can use Just the Hit for anything, and then it's got the powder basket, the little knob, and actually, I can pass it back. The best thing about this pole is that when you take it out and you snap that, we just replace that part, not the handle, because that handle's solid. You feel that one?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
And
that's pretty grunty.
Yeah. Even if you break your pole, which is unlikely, you've still got a solid handle. Because that's why I'm trying to be environmentally friendly. Like, make good gear that lasts, rather than something that people have to come back and buy.
Yeah, rather than every other brand that just rinse and repeat new shit every year, throw out the old stuff and just fill up landfills with crap.
Oh, stop filling up the landfill.
Yeah.
So great product. I love this one, but I custom make them for people. So this is me being authentic, right?
Gotcha.
This is how I have to hold on to my art, so to speak. This one's a little bit naughty.
We like naughty.
You like naughty?
We love naughty.
This one's called Just the Hit as well.
So with the things you market it like just the tip.
Yeah, the original was just a fixed pole with just the tip.
Gotcha.
So screw you poles, just the tip.
Gotcha.
That was where I did all the product testing and made sure it worked. People liked it, brand, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and they did. They liked it. But what I kept getting asked was like, man, we need one we could smoke out of.
Yeah.
I don't care what you smoke, but you can use this to smoke out of. So
just the
hit. You basically
I love it.
Pop that
ingenuity, dude.
Pop your stuff in the top. Get your mate to light it on the chairlift. Pull it out, or yourself. You just put it on your skis and just draw it. And then you're like there, undo the cap. You can have a couple of those, and then
wait. So as you pull that down,
yeah,
it
like,
draws
like a lunger.
Yeah.
It's just like a lunger,
dude.
I think it's funny.
That is classic.
And like be responsible, obviously. But
be responsible,
I just think that the world, it should learn to have a bit of fun as well as like be serious about stuff. So that's our fun pole.
Anybody who tries to deny fucking weed being very prevalent in the ski industry is tripping,
right?
Because it's 100% part of it.
And
if you've been a ski bum, you know the vibes.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and that is something that I've been asked for so much. It's crazy. When are you going to make something we can smoke out of? Or you know how those the alcohol ones came out? The whiskey poles.
Yeah.
They were mad for about a season,
whiskey
and
poles.
then nothing.
And you've seen ones with golf clubs as well.
Yeah. All the stuff.
Classic.
That could take whiskey. It's sealed, so you can put whiskey in it if you wanted to, and you can seal the top. So just the hit. So it's all there for you to play with, but
you could. Yeah. You can fill it up, have a whiskey shot in there, and you punch a cone with it at this. Oh,
boom!
Man.
All at once.
You're off to the races.
Imagination, bro.
You're off to the races. Hey, mate, don't you worry.
These ones are where we ended up. This is the sort of like the Publix so, like, this is the clean version of everything. You know, this is the product you want to pick up in a store and go, actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And also be affordable. So, sorry, I'll probably make a bit of noise here.
It's all good.
You get your classics, because like when I was a ski instructor, I couldn't afford a set of poles. Couldn't afford anything.
Your ski bum, you can't afford. You could barely afford to survive, bro.
Actually afford anything. So you use rental poles.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You use rental poles. Hey, there's some stickers for you, right? Let me take those.
I like the branding behind it. The little face with the plus and the minus.
Thank you. The
Simple, but
positive and negative to life.
Yeah.
Also the tip of the pole as well. So that makes the cross and that. Yeah.
Oh, it's just like it's a good vibe though. Simple.
Yep.
Colourful.
So the colours represent our branding, right? So the yellow one, we're a guiding light to the industry and our community. So that's the yellow. The blue is low key cool or subtly awesome, like most Kiwis. So like we don't need to be cool, do we? You know, we're just low key cool.
Yeah.
We're cool.
We're not American loudmouth cool.
Right. And the pink is we've got a warm heart. We're actually a very caring people. I think we give a shit. You know. And about people as well as places, and the green one is we're environmentally friendly, or we're trying to be environmentally aware.
Yeah.
So that is really about using product that's not, or creating product that's not going to break, or if it does break, you can replace parts of it instead of throwing out the whole thing.
So you really put a lot of thought into the message as well, which is awesome.
Well, I was a teacher, right?
True.
So the reason I became a teacher was because I wanted to give the next gen. As they call it these, not generation, gen.
Oh, you can't say that word.
I don't know, man.
Are you
allowed to say anything these days? Who knows? But I was only able to influence the 20 to 30 kids in my class. Yeah. With branding, I was able to influence as many people as you can think of. You know, like if you're into that. And now when I substitute teach and kids learn about that, they're on. Yeah. They want to be a part of this. Yeah. And they there's those 3 or 4 kids in each class that go, Mr. T, let's do that. Screw you, Pops. I want to get some, I want to get up there and I want to give it a go. And I'm like, that's it.
That's
That's
cool.
exactly it.
It'd be a good feeling for you too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey?
That's pretty, it's the warm heart part.
Yeah.
It makes your heart a little bit warm when you see kids just pumped about it and you're like, that's life, mate. Hold on to that and put your energy into what you're enjoying. Yeah. Don't just piss people off or be naughty in class, whatever. Put your energy into the things that you're going to love. Yeah,
and that's what they need, The next generation of kids, they need a guiding light, that like you say, gives them all this knowledge early on. Sort of show them what's possible.
That's it, and that's the simplest way to do it. It's just to be happy in all of it. There's a balance, man. You get knocked down, you get back up. Yeah. That's the world we live in. Yeah. So simple messages, but good messages. Right? Yeah. And sometimes it takes us all just a tip. But these are our basic instructors model, or people that are getting into skiing and don't know what to do, or hiking. People like them for hiking as well.
Yeah, I use poles. I have poles on my pack for hunting.
Yeah, well, you're now sponsored by Screw You Poles, so you'll be getting rid of those ones, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Exactly.
Hey, I'm all for it.
I've got a special treat for you.
You have to sponsor shit. I'll buy them out of pocket.
Okay, there we go. So that's $118, which is ridiculous for a 3-section pole.
Just pull out.
Simple, right? Just pull out.
These are solid though.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the branding on there too. Dude. Poles,
Yeah. And people pick them up and go, yes, actually, that's solid. And they feel good. Without being too biased, they're probably the best pole to cost ratio. And we'll look after you as well when
pole to cost ratio.
Yeah. So people would pay $118 for one single pole, a single hiking pole sometimes, and you get 2 for $118, and they're 3-section.
So if you buy these, they cost you $118.
$118.
Dude, that's a bargain.
It is a bargain. But the reason they exist is because I want people to be out there. I want people to be using poles and get out there and do it. And if they're just looking for an entry set, they're the ones. Yeah. They're the ones to do.
Yeah, I certainly paid a lot more for those. Well, whatever these are, black diamonds or something.
Let's go up in style, shall we? These are the...
Oh, so you got all the different models?
Yeah, we've got a couple of different models. So this is our touring model, or our just the stick model. some more stickers there for you, bro. Everyone loves a sticker.
Yeah.
These ones are a hiking special. I'm just going to give you one, and we can run you through it. But they've got little knobs. So you pull your little knobs off, little Kiwi. I
was just looking. I love the little Kiwi fern. Check that out.
Well, it's a bit of a souvenir, isn't it?
See?
You know, you come to New Zealand, you go,
hey, what do I preach about? You know, we're proud Kiwis.
we are.
We live in a great country, and we are blessed to be from here, man.
These ones, great for touring.
Oh, look at the bro with the branding. Look at the. Oh, he is on. Yeah, these are. They definitely feel solid, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like real solid.
Comfortable as well. These ones we sell a lot of. People are very happy with these ones. And again, only $135.
What's the difference between this and that one? Are they?
So
they got more
different handles.
Yeah.
So longer grip and a grip handle, a cork grip.
Yeah.
And then a longer grip so that you can move down on it.
Far out.
Very nice pole, very good for everything. Like great all rounder. I'd say our most popular model. Everyone's after that one.
Man, must have done some serious like R&D and just everything to get to this point. Like this is a serious product, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
I can tell you are.
We got more. You know, we got more. This is just the tip, or just the start of it. That's right.
Yeah, I love it. I love the slogans.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Live your brand, bro.
Well, that's it. It's like a little bit of inspiration for everybody, and we get to do more with it. You know, we listen to our people. You know, example A of the just the hit. You know, you want to give people a product that they want.
Man, I need that just the hit 15 years ago. I would have been on.
Right. Yeah. There's a certain age gap that's going for. You know?
100%.
Yeah.
Not the red
Also
jazz.
low key, very low key. That's the low key cool one. You know, you just walk around with it. You wouldn't even have to use it, and people would think you were cool, right?
Dude, these are legit.
Well, I've got something extra for you.
I love the check it out, guys. All the little like Kiwiana on there. That's what it's about, bro. This is and this is why we sit and we have these conversations, because this is the inspiration. You know, like how many ideas go wasted? How many people have an idea, like just like you did with this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it would work, but it's too hard.
Yeah.
It's the people like you
Yeah.
that take the action.
Do it
that
now.
can then sit here and show your product and inspire other people.
Hopefully.
Fuck, he did it.
Yeah.
He's just a bro from wherever.
That's right.
Where are we from? Wanganui.
I think, Wanganui. I think that you're bang on there though, because all it takes is for someone to believe in themselves, and they go and do it, right? And that's something that all Kiwis should be, born with almost. Is that we've got those opportunities to do what we want to do, or do something, create something that someone else could.
Yeah, exactly.
But
it might, like I said, like that's all it could take. Someone even seeing this or seeing the product and going, that dude did it. I can do it.
Yeah,
that's
exactly,
the whole. That's inspiration in a nutshell. Like, and sadly, it is very optical for a lot of people. Whereas, I put some stuff up about this the other day where it's like, they could do it. I could never be that person. And I'm like, this is why I'm preaching this shit. I'm like, you can.
You can.
Like you're a perfect example. Like, just take action and execute on your idea and your vision, and just keep fucking doing it.
You have to. You have to. It's
keep chipping
every day,
away.
Every day. There's been moments throughout this whole saga where I've been like, what am I doing? Like you've that's the negative part, right? Is that your brain doesn't allow you to think that you can because there's too much going on, or someone said the wrong, or you've had a return product. Something's happened, and you're like, man, I'm over. Or like an investment didn't work, or there's just something that didn't go according to plan that you've got to get over, and just keep going and learn from it.
Yeah.
So I used to think that when something broke, it was a bad thing, but no, it was actually a chance to talk to the customer or the community member, find out what happened, and fix the problem, rather than being like, sorry, no warranty. Like we don't want to know about your broken product. It was like, no, actually, please tell me so I can fix it and make it better. And then that's the result of all of those people within the community. People like the little brewer. Don't know if you know.
The bro John.
Yeah, John Legend. He was with us from the very beginning.
It's where I first saw your stickers.
Yeah, really. In the cafe. Nice.
What is that?
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah.
Hey?
That's right. There you
It's
go.
probably a couple of years back.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. And one of my ethos is also that it's a positive always comes from a negative.
It does. It does. Reaction to action to reaction. Like it's scientific.
And again, a lot of it's mindset, but there hasn't been a single shit situation in my life where I haven't gained something from it positively.
Learning.
A positive gain from a negative situation, even if it is just learning a lesson and growing personally,
Pivot, bro.
Being like, okay, that happened, I learned from it. That might just be the positive, the lesson learned,
Or you fall over a stunning girl and get married to her, right? Yeah. I don't know. Like, just, whatever you're into.
Yeah, that's it. It's
At this stage, I should mention how beautiful my wife is.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa, you're so beautiful.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout
Alice.
out to Gunzy's wife.
Yeah.
Where is she at?
She is teaching today. She's a special education teacher, but she's doing a bit of relieving work at the moment and helping out where she can. And then she's coming down to meet me. We're going to a snow machine this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to go and have a bit of a party.
Where did you meet?
On the top of a mountain. Believe it or not, she was on top of Key Summit, and I was guiding some guests.
Where's she from?
She's from America.
How long ago did you meet?
Honorary Kiwi now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
If you marry one, you're in there.
yeah. Not visa wise though.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently that's different. Being married doesn't matter. It helps, but it doesn't matter. No, we met 3-4 years ago now,
Oh, yeah.
and just we hit it off straight away. She's an amazing human. These ones, this is special for you
Whoa.
because like when we started chatting and we started talking about doing a podcast, I was like,
Yeah.
opportunity for a start,
Yeah.
but like good opportunity for you, a point of view from a hunter. So I don't know if you can tell me what that is.
Yeah, I can. Of course I can.
Yeah, that, and then what happens is that you take your
For anybody that's unaware, this is a thing that you could put on a pole or a tripod to sit your rifle in before you shoot. A lot of guides use them on a monopod tripod type thing, and it's just as a rest basically. So you can sit your rifle in there and get a steady shot. So I am assuming the bro has invented something that will fill that gap.
Why don't you have a look at the top of that pole?
Ah, so you got the old quarter 20 on there. You're a smart cookie, aren't you?
Well,
Hey?
good looking, I would say.
Shovel face.
Yeah,
So that goes on there.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming. I'm just winging this.
cool. And
Hey,
then
look
you've
at you.
Yeah, bro. And so you punch that into the ground wherever you think. It'd go a bit taller than that as well. Obviously, you're sitting down. And then for someone like yourself, Lennon, you can attach your camera attachment that you're going to go shooting with onto the other pole.
Genius, bro.
So you can sight with that one. Put your...
Yeah.
Obviously stab that into the ground and get your phone
Yeah.
and just have that.
And obviously a quarter 20 is the same thing that are on the bottom of actual cameras as well, not just phone clamps. Hey, look at you go.
Yeah, so you just punch that into the ground
Genius.
and set yourself up so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do your
Yeah.
shooting and your filming at the same time.
Dude.
Like it's about cutting down on gear, but it's actually about creating an illusion that you've got someone filming you.
This is actually amazing.
Yeah, so happy birthday and
Birthday.
no, Merry Christmas, and thanks for like seeing what it is, and inspiring others to keep going. I think this is like what you get back from the world.
Yeah, 100%.
when you put it in. It's like,
Dude, these are awesome.
thank you.
Like I said, I'll happily buy them. So what instantly, as you can see, I'm like kind of excited because I've actually got one of these here,
Have you?
like this little thing, like the little rifle rest, and I do often put it on top of a tripod, like a camera tripod. But one thing I've been doing lately when I'm doing these little missions, especially with the kids, is I'll just take like an action camera, so like a little DJI one, and like a super zoom camera, which is just for more punched in like animal shots. But instantly I'm thinking I can just screw an action cam straight to the top of that.
Oh, yeah.
Like you say,
Yep.
jam it in the ground behind me. There's my filmer.
Yep.
And then potentially use that to shoot off.
Yep. If you
genius,
need to.
dude.
Even like I use my spyglass. So whenever I go hiking, I take a little like pirate spyglass with me and I punch that into the ground and then I can sit that on it. instead of like trying to stand there and stay keen. So I like looking at stuff long distance.
Dude, they're light too.
Very light, mate.
That's the key.
Yep, that is the key.
Especially for, I mean, as people will see, I've got my hunting packs behind me, but
less is more.
Man, they add up quick when you start filling them with gear.
Yeah, less is more when it comes to these guys.
Dude,
and yeah, like this is our best product, man. Like,
and then you've still got the
screwdriver tips.
Yep, dude.
I personally love a flathead. I think the flathead's where it's at because you can scrape, you can stab, you can cut, you can twist, you can turn, all the things with the flathead. So I take a flathead with me everywhere.
Yeah. So these tips are obviously like super solid.
They're in.
What are they made out of?
Tungsten steel.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they're tough.
Solid.
Yeah, they're tough. If we break a tip, or a tip goes missing, we replace that bottom part. So we don't have to replace the whole pole. We just replace that bottom part.
Yeah.
But there's tips that I've been testing for 6 years, and they still haven't broken. They've dulled a little bit. Mm-hmm. They don't twist, they don't turn. But then occasionally, like 1 out of every 300 or 3 out of every 300. There'll be an issue with the tip.
Yeah,
but that's actually pretty good in terms of like a conversion rate for a product. Because there's always faults, the human error. It
doesn't matter what the product is.
Something didn't quite go together. But I think it's important to recognise that it's not in every product. It's a fault in a couple, and then you fix it.
Doesn't matter what product-based business you're running, you're gonna have.
That's right.
You're gonna have issues, and there's gonna be a certain amount of things.
And it's about how a company reacts, right? How like we react to our community and be like, "It's all good, we'll fix it."
Yeah,
which
focus. You can see it.
Nice.
Dude, that is fucking cool, man.
And then obviously you get your piece and your little knobs. These are actually a lot of fun. So I don't know if you recognise what that part is.
Yeah, they look quite grunty.
Yeah, they are, but they're light as little knobs, we call them. So that'll hug the side of your pole rather than pushing the tip into the bottom, which most hiking poles they get pushed through the bottom of the little end there. Whereas this hugs the side of it, so it's actually gripping to the pole rather than the holding on to the tip.
I was about to ask you about that because I could feel it before when I was moving it around.
Which makes it replaceable as well. So when you wear out the pad, the bottom bit, you just get a new pad and screw it in.
So you've really thought of everything, when it comes to the actual product. Like it seems like you've covered your bases big time.
Yeah. Well, 2016, it really that's when it sort of like started product development. But this has been the last 2-3 years probably 3 years since COVID really, of like how can we make the best pole in the world and affordable.
So as a whole, you're coming up 10 years.
Just about 8.
That's a milestone, man. Oh, wow. Good on you, bro. You should be proud of yourself, man. You've made such a cool product.
I will say this: I did it with nothing, and that's part of the inspiration. It's part of the attitude of Screw You Poles or SUP, was to give it a go without any help.
Yeah.
Do it, learn it, be a part of it, understand what you need to do, learn your way through it, without wasting a ton of money, people's time. Learn rather than spend. Because you could spend a lot of money and get it done straight away out the door.
Yeah.
But that's not what that represents. That represents a journey that started because people needed a screw on the mountain.
Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah.
So cool.
And you just got to go through the motions, right?
Well, and that's the benefits of, like you say, starting from like from nothing, like I guess what you say, like bootstrapping, your company, putting everything you've got into it and building it over time, is you learn these little lessons along the way, and the ultimate end product is amazing. Whereas, like you say, if you get a bunch of capital invested and go build a product and you use the wrong manufacturer and then everyone buys it and they're all shit and falling apart.
Done. You're out.
That's that journey, bro. Yeah. That journey is
out.
Key in that situation,
Definitely.
And that's the thing. It's like, what do they say? Like, don't rush to the finish line. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
there's wisdom in that.
Yeah.
There's absolute wisdom in that.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, the whole scenario is that it just goes to show that if you put your mind to something, you can do it.
100%.
And I'm in the same boat as you are. Is that like I'm just a bro.
Yeah.
A mate from down the road. I don't mind driving a tractor.
Just a semi-retired ski bum.
Yeah, as well. That wants to inspire people to keep going and keep doing it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you shoot some shots with the hunting V and the screw U pole. So that's the ultimate. That's the screw U pole. $285 that one for a set
for two.
The double.
That's good, bro.
Yeah,
that's I'd happily pay back. Like having, like you say, if that was in a shop and you got it and someone grabbed it and put hands on it and went, this is solid. Like, and that's the thing. You get to a certain point. You go from like when you're young, you just want the cheapest thing possible.
Which is this one?
Because you're full povo ski bum mode. Yeah. But as you get older, you're actually happy to pay for quality.
Yeah, because it's going to last.
Yeah,
and it does the job that you want it to do. Mm-hmm. And that's what that is. That's why it's the most expensive, because it does all the things. You know, like if you want something simple, it'll do that. You don't have to pay much for it.
So is that one more so not aimed at the ski market, or it is?
This one, well, they're all kind of aimed at the ski market.
Yeah,
but they're all kind of aimed at hiking as well. But they're all kind of aimed at people that like to have a tool with them. You know, they're people that enjoy a laugh. You know, like there's so many angles to it that it was silly not to do it.
I actually keep forgetting that it's got screwdrivers on the end, because the rest of the product is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. And you get a little, that's rare.
Well, that's fantastic. Like that's music to my ears, mate. Yeah. Because that's what we aim for.
The journey,
there's been a lot of hard work in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like our R&D department, Sammy Britton and I, we often get together and
R&D department.
We have to get together and talk smack about poles and how we can make them better and what needs to happen here and there, and you know, without those sort of chats, it would never have come through either. So
it's amazing what just starting, where you can end up.
Yeah, those conversations start, and
doesn't matter if you're building a product business, a bloody, you're doing content, you're doing, you name it, anything.
Yeah.
Just fucking start.
Just do it.
Hey.
Yeah. Just do it. That's just the tip. You said, I should have said not just do it, because that's
just
Nike.
The tip. Yeah, Nike. just the tip.
Just the tip. Do it.
Just the tip. Screw poles. Just the tip. Yeah. No, that's awesome, bro. You've made some really cool products there.
Thanks.
I can tell you're proud of it, which is good.
Like I'm proud of the people that got involved with it as well. You know, that's what the name dropping's about, and making sure that like people know it's not just one person. It's a community, man. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. There's always people behind the scenes that have helped you along the way.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of it, right? Is that, people help you and you're going to help people.
Yeah.
And my dream would to see this become a big part of New Zealand culture, and people be really proud of it and own it. Like this is as much theirs as it is mine.
Yeah.
And ultimately for me, leaving behind a mark, because you only get one life. Leaving behind a mark on the world that is fun was better than being the best or the most pro or, like all that we seem to like most extreme, and we're really starting to lose that sight of like enjoying your life. Everyone only gets one, and it's your special one. So why shouldn't you be able to, keep going and have a wee shred and afford something that you want to keep doing?
Yeah. Yeah, building a brand around fun is
rather than
so special.
Yeah, the latter,
when your products get to actually make people's lives better,
Ski instructors a lot. Like there's been a real big one. The ski instructors have been like
frothing on.
Yeah, they do, yeah. They all as soon as they figure out that they're like a Methvin at Big Al's this year.
Yeah.
As soon as one ski instructor figured out that there was screw U poles, just the tips and Big Al's. They all went down and bought one. Like they all went down and got one, and they're only $50 because I wanted to make it affordable for the ski bum.
Yeah, that was you once. Yeah, that's your little community.
Exactly, and all they need is a pole with a screwdriver. You're away,
dude. You're doing all the right things. It's so cool. Do you want to talk about this thing or not?
Yeah, well, the snow skates. I guess it's a sort of example of where we can go with the brand. Like yes, we do ski poles and hiking poles and filming poles and a tool as well, but really it's about exposing different parts of the mountain that you can utilize. So this product specifically has given me more fun on the mountain, because you can take a snowboard or skis up there. You've got to go up the lift. You got to go up. You got to have all the gear. This I put on my shoes, maybe some like thicker pants, and I'm on the learner's slope shredding. you know. And then I'm walking back up and down, just lapping because I love this. It's so much fun.
Yeah, accessibility is.
And it's like it's not a you know a full day and everything going up there. It's just like I'm just going to go up there and hang and talk to a few people and give out a few stickers. I love giving out stickers, and then having a go on this bad boy. And people go, "That looks like so much fun," and I'm like, "That's what it's about."
Yeah.
So that's where that came from, and really it was a brainchild of Sam and I. We were like, New Zealand needs a snow skate. Do you know New Zealand needs one? Burton do one. You know, there's a few other brands around the world that do one, but this really sort of personifies the fun in the brand. Yeah. You know, because it's not a ski, but it does have a ski on it. Mm-hmm. It's a snowboard. It's not a snowboard. It's a snow skate. Kids love this. My mates' kids, they froth it. Yeah, you know, they're just like good fun, eh? Yeah, they are super fun. And once you get on it and you learn how to ride it, you're like, man, it's actually like just like anything else, any other board. You know, like get used to it. You're away.
Yeah, that's the one pinch point about the snow industry, as we both know, been in it for years, is the accessibility factor is, you know,
it's tough in New Zealand.
You got to have some money for starters.
You do, and you got to have the gear to get up there. Yeah, or you know someone.
Yeah. I just had my sister down. She lives up on Waiheke, and she come down.
Yeah.
And you kind of forget when you work in it every year, you don't think about the cost because it's just usual. But when you see them, they got to get rental gear, lift passes, this, and it's like
so much.
Jesus, the accessibility isn't there for a certain demographic.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know, like you say, go walk up a hill with some snow on it, you're shredding.
You're on, mate.
That's really cool.
It does. It shreds. Like, and it's like it's added to my snow experience.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is important about this brand is that we're trying to inspire Kiwis that were into rugby, cricket, you know, all the sports, to get up and have a go on one of these.
Yeah.
Because they would be good at it. You know, like we're a naturally sporting nation.
Yeah.
And we have people representing us at the Olympics and all the top snow sports. But we still don't have a massive intake for that. You know, you either live here in Wanaka and you're in because you have to be. You know, like that's that high pressure sort of stuff. Or you get missed because you're at a different part of the country like Fox Peak or Dobson. You know, like that's maybe I would have been an Olympian.
Yeah, well, you know, obviously I've seen it firsthand. I've shot and worked with a lot of these, you know, the kids who are pros now and seen them come up from been shooting them since they were
Groms.
Kids, you know, and you see the process and like you say, the accessibility factor. There could be a kid who doesn't have the financial means on some other mountain that's
something that I
talent.
want to change. You know, and like if you type "screw you" on any post on Screw You polls on Instagram, because we see who it is. Like we know who people are. If they keep commenting that, there's a certain number of times that you comment "screw you," and we'll know that you need a set of Screw You polls. So we'll reach out. You know, like, but what we need to see is the enthusiasm first. So you need to see people reaching out and being like, "Screw you," for a laugh. Yeah, you know,
the snow industry, it's such a unique one, and like I said, a lot of people from the outside looking in, oh, it's just a bunch of rich people, rich kids, because there is 100%. You cannot deny it.
There is a
financial aspect of it, especially if you want to pursue it and have coach it, you know, do the whole thing. But people like you, and like we talked about earlier, the bro Dane with Powder Hunter, he's on that now where he is hooking these kids who are shredders, but have no backing. He's like,
here you go.
Yeah, how he's supporting all these little grassroots kids. I'm like, dude, that is so special for them.
It's not just special for them; it's our responsibility.
Yeah,
you know, like because if we don't help, then the industry will disappear.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the beauty of it is giving back to that industry and being it's really cool though. By the way, New Zealand snowboard brand like Powder Hounds,
Powder Hunter. Stickers right behind your head.
Yeah, nice.
No, that's the thing is the ski industry in a whole, ski and snowboard has it's one with the mountain and the bullseye. One. Yeah,
that's cool.
Hunting powder, man.
Yeah, I was like,
as a whole, the industry has gotten very corporate in aspects, but then you've got fellas like you and Dane who are out there starting shit and paying it forward. Like again, another one of my ethos is like, if you're going to do shit, inspire others and pay it forward, and he's doing that. He's hooking up these kids who no, what, you know, they'd hit up these big major brands. Like, they'd be like, what, you know, I'm not doing that. And he's like, yeah, bro, yeah, I'll hook you up. And these
Sweet.
kids are up there
Let's go.
repping it.
Yeah, yeah.
They got all the hoodies
Yeah.
there, and they're like, yeah, they're loving it. And it's because he's
actually
showing that love.
I mean, I bet you he's getting a bit of a warm heart feeling out of that because he used to be that kid, right?
Exactly.
You know, like,
exactly.
that's what you want to give back.
Same
Is that
as you.
energy. Yeah,
you were an
definitely.
instructor.
Definitely.
And you're frothing on these instructors using your product.
Yeah.
It's amazing, eh? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It can change a day.
Yeah.
You know, just a little screw.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, you could take that any way you like, but that's all it takes. It's just that tweak, just that little screw at the beginning of the day to not ruin it.
Yeah.
You know, and then suddenly you're away.
Yeah, I've seen you've been doing a bit of content too. Like, I saw a video where you're up on the hill and you're like, oh, my snowboarding. Oh, bro, you got a pole. And he takes you finding out. That's that. You know, you're bringing people together. It's like, obviously, it was a little skit, but it's reality as well.
It is reality.
It's so cool.
That was at the top of Dobson. So I got to the top of Mount Dobson. I was like, man, I love this place. It's a perfect place to do a Screw Paws promo.
Yeah.
You know, like just do a little skit. And there was actually a guy that we'd gone up the lift with, and he was interested in them. And I was like, oh, we'll do a little skit. I'll show you about them. And then he filmed it on one of these. So like he had the pole going, and then he and his had his just the tips. And I was like, I'll give my board a wee screw, retighten. And it turned out to be quite a good shot, I think. Yeah. But thank you. You know,
awesome.
recognizing that.
Lean right into that stuff. The content, like I said, like I tell everyone, like, own the brand. It's your product. Like, do it. Like, if, you know, the content, however you want to market it, however you've got to market it, just do it.
Can I just say, you got to take me with a grain of salt because I joke. You know, I'm serious about my product, but like, I joke, man. I think that life is funny. And often when I'm laughing, it's usually because someone's hurt themselves. or like I've hurt myself. You know, that's my natural reaction is to just laugh because, you know, why not?
Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you're probably going to cry. And the crying's not going to help you. So you might as well laugh it off and then keep going. And that's usually the gibberish that comes out of my mouth as well. It's like, it's all bullshit. Yeah. But at the same time, there's probably a dash of gold in there, you know, just the tip.
Yeah, and like, that's the thing, you know, you could build a brand, do what you're doing, and be all Mr. Serious, but why?
Oh, man.
Like, why? At the end of the day, you're building a fun brand, and you living that and showing that fun positivity and everything is representing your brand, because that's what you've built it on. It's your energy and your vibe. Like, it's
a bit of a lesson to myself, isn't it? You know, like as the older you get, the more serious life becomes. Oh, bro, isn't it? And really, it's not about that. No, it's about the loosey goosey. You know, like the chill. It's all good. Yeah, you know, vibes, and then and just enjoying it. Yeah, because why not?
It seems to be, again, touching on like the ski bum life. You know, the people who have lived that life and are in this game or whatever it might be. Whatever the experience might be, they definitely have a sort of a different outlook on life, you know?
Maybe they've a few too many concussions.
It's something. Is it just the crazy ski life, like bum life that you live and the party?
If I had to pick one, it's definitely a few wires, but it's probably the fact that you'll learn about freedom.
Yeah.
So when you don't have to be up in the morning. Yeah. Or when you don't have to go to bed to be up in the morning. Or, you know, where you're going to get your water for the day. Yeah. Or what am I doing for food? You know, like, I need to get some gas, so I need to make sure that I don't go too far today because I need to make sure I've got enough gas to get to a certain point. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll just stay where I am. You know, like, it's about learning that freedom of, like, something will happen. I found it was time for me. So I used full-time job all the time, right? I was used to having a full-time job. That's just what you do. You go to work, you drink in the weekends, and you go to work the next day. You know, and you just keep going. It's a rinse repeat sort of situation, especially as like someone that's used to it. They just go to work and some people don't even take their holidays. You know, they've got holidays like maxed out or pushed, you know, blocked up or whatever it is. And then they have a holiday and their body clock goes, oof. Then they have to go back to work to learn how to do it all again. Yeah. But when I went into this and I had time to work on this and this alone, because that was the jump, right? There was a jump in Europe when I was like, I need to either get a full-time job and commit to that, or I need to quit my job and go with this and find out what what it's about. Screw around and find out, right? And having the time during the day that I wasn't spending on an hour's work or clocking in or like writing in a paycheck or whatever, you know, like all the things you do. Because like being a carpenter, you smash out buildings. Like those boys work so hard, especially Kiwi carpenters. They go so hard and so fast that they earn their beer at the end of the day. And so I had that same sort of energy to spend on a product. And like I found that I was loving it. You know, like I'd actually submerged myself in an environment where I had time to make this happen. And that was the cool part.
Mindset shift.
Yeah. But with the same attitude, you know, the same sort of drive that you would have. You got to get this board up in 10 minutes, you know, like instead of taking an hour.
Doesn't matter what you do for a job, bro. Building something for yourself, you're always going to have more passion for it, no matter what it is.
Oh, yeah, no one will be like Mr. Screw You Poles, I'd say, but like there are people in this brand that emphasize what it's about to be. Screw You Poles.
Yeah, like you say though, like how many people are out there chipping away, like at a job, like you say, just in that cycle of life, like you say, like just work. Yeah, well, this is it, and that's
no variety, just slog.
We've all been there, and that's the hard
thing.
part when you talk like this to people and say like, look, like, you know, take action, do something that you want to do, whatever. They go, oh,
on top of
naturally, it's like, oh, that's easy. That's easy for you to say, but it's like the whole "that's easy for you to say" crowd that are stuck in that might have an idea or want to do something. It's like the people who are saying that have been and done that, and they've actually taken the action, taken a leap to then go, shit, now I've got time, whatever, however they might have set it up, financially, time, whatever. Either way, got to a point where you can go, okay, I can put my energy into this now and watch that grow instead of just clocking in, clocking out. Oh, well, like, oh, no point, you know.
If I was to give anyone any advice about how to do that, you know, go to work and then keep working. Put the same energy you put into what you want to do, and you'll find that it'll come away. There'll be growth there. You know, there'll be something there because Kiwis work hard, man. There's definitely something about us that we grind.
Yeah, we've got that good work.
Yeah,
you go to Aussie, bro. Like when I went to Aussie at 18 or whatever I was,
chill.
Kiwi, fuck, come work for us. Like, bro, they love it.
Yeah,
because we just get in there and get shit done. No nonsense, you know.
Do it and do it well.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like you say, I think a lot of people don't find their why, you know, like what they want to actually do, because, like, again, like I'm very open-minded. I'm not like a conspiracy type person, but I'm not woo-woo, you know. I'm just sort of like see things a bit differently. But whether you like it or not, there's a bit of a system there, you know, that conditions people to fall into that life.
Conform.
Of clock in, clock out, you know. Oh well,
means to an end for a lot of people as well. You got a family, you got to feed them. You know, like I don't have any kids, so like I didn't have to. You know, that wasn't an extra level that I had to worry about. But you know, my parents still had to worry about me. You know, that's a level that I have to deal with. You know, they don't worry too much anymore. But you know, like disappearing into Europe. You know, my baby boy. You know, like you know, Dad's like, oh, he's having a good time. You know. Chill. Dude,
I went years without speaking to my family when I was overseas. Yeah. I was just on my journey. But the thing is, like you're saying, I think the biggest thing here in New Zealand is having that mentality shift for a lot of folks. Because it's fucking easy to get sucked into that world.
It is.
It doesn't matter what you say. I can sit here 1,000 times and tell people, look, find what you want to do and just fucking do it. Take action. There's going to be probably a vast percentage of the population that's going to go, oh, well, easy to use it, and then you can't help them.
Circumstance.
You can't help them.
Circumstance changes for people. Like shift, adjust, pivot. You know, like do everything you can.
It's on the individual to take the action.
It is totally on you.
You know, you can look at someone like me, you who's built a brand, me sitting here telling you, do it, and you can go, yeah, actually, fuck it, that's the kick up the ass I need. Or you can go, oh, well, whatever, just go clock back to my job, and like nothing's going to change. It comes from fucking taking action. And I've seen it with the photography. You know, like I was on that journey with my photography career. You know, I started from fucking nothing, and I went, these are my goals, and I worked towards them, and I achieved it.
How important is that to realize, though, that everyone starts with nothing?
Exactly.
You know, like we're all born, we all live, and we all die. But essentially, it's what you want to leave behind that matters.
Exactly.
You know, like what impression you want to have on the world that matters. And then, is it a negative impression? Is it a positive impression? You know, negative, you're not going to enjoy your life, I don't think. You know, you're probably going to end up in prison, or you're going to end up, you know, screwing with the wrong person. There's always a bigger dog. Just the tip, people. There's always a bigger dog.
Yeah.
And as soon as you think you're the big dog, that's when that big dog will turn up and go.
100%.
Roof. I digress, but that is like essentially the word, though, isn't it? You know, wake up, do your thing, get it done, do it well. Even if that's your family environment, or you know, the work you like going to, or shredding, or you know, just going for a hike and filming something on your own. You know, like that, putting that energy into something that you're enjoying is a mindset, and also like it's almost like meditation in a way, isn't it? Because you're methodically going through something, and your brain is able to like cognitively think of what you need to do next, and it's busy. Busy brain is probably a light brain, I would say. You know, you've got things to do, you're going. It's like a motor.
Yeah. And like that's the hard thing talking like this is, you see, it's not like you're trying to, like, if someone likes living that life and they're perfectly happy, go hard. But there's a certain percentage of the population who have ambition, who have drive to do shit, do something different, start a brand, build something, have a legacy. That's the audience.
Find those people.
You
know, find those people in your life that do that, that bring you up.
Yeah.
And have an ability to help you forget your worries and think about what your strengths are. Because they're your friends.
Yeah.
You know, they're your bros and your hoes, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, they're the people that give a shit.
Yeah, find your circle. I talked about that in a pod the other week, actually.
And welcome other people into that circle if you recognise that.
Dude.
You know, like I think often people go, "Oh, this is mine."
Yeah.
You know, which is something I didn't want this to be. I wanted it to be everyone's.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't believe that I owned this. It's a snowball that gets bigger and bigger the more people get involved.
Community.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah. So important.
Yeah, and I saw all that with the photography stuff, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously I had goals. I had 10-year goals, and I achieved them. And the next goal, you know, I was like, okay, now get other people on this path, and that's what I've done.
Nice.
That's what I'm doing, and like it's so rewarding.
Seeing people get their shit done, eh?
Even like, you know, even some of these young fellas, like, you just go, look, there's more to life than this shit. Like, don't get sucked into these certain, like, find your own path, do your own thing. And seeing them change and actually do it and take action, it's like, so rewarding.
That's something that you'll live with forever, right? Knowing that, like, you help someone discover their passion or their fun, and they became awesome at it. Like, just for an example of that, Jacob Field, he was just a TC local, you know, like he grew up in Wanaka.
Yeah.
And at 16, he won a Screw You Poles t-shirt and a set of Screw You Poles because he tagged us with his mates, you know, and like, and he turned up into the car park at TC. We were having a like end of season party, and this kid was just full of beans straight away, and I was like, I like this guy, you know, and Jacob, since, you know, he hung out with us. And I'm just about twice his age. Yeah. And he hung out with us and a few of my mates and people that were involved in Screw You Poles, and he got it straight away. Zephyr was there. Zephyr Lovelock was in the same group. Yeah. And these guys are all hanging out, having a blast. And Zephyr's gone off to be a pro snowboarder. And Jacob discovered his love of filmmaking. And is now he's finished university in Dunedin being a filmmaker. Yeah. And now he's in Missouri, I think, of all places, at a film school over there, you know, and it was all through a meeting with Screw You Poles. And I love catching up with Jacob. We go to the rugby together. Yeah. And like, it's honestly, it's like having another little brother that I've seen him develop, and he had that attitude and the want to go and do something with his life. And now he's traveling the world. He's off to Japan for the season as well. Yeah. And I'm proud of him for doing that. Yeah. You know, and he's such a G. His content is brilliant. You should check him out. Yeah. And
I think I might have seen it.
He's very good at telling a story. Yeah. You know, he gets that. It's a storyteller. You know, like it's the camera angle, and it's the way in which he grabs like the essence of what he's actually talking about.
Yeah.
You know, like he captures it in his filming.
All right.
So
It's amazing, eh?
yeah, big ups to Jacob.
Yeah, shout out Jacob.
Screw you, bro.
Screw you.
He knows.
That's something that you do realise, like you say, me and you are similar age, you know, coming up to 40.
Yeah.
And for these young fellas, they look at, a lot of them will look at guys like us, even though we still feel young.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I was
I'm 18.
just ski
How old are you?
not long ago. Yeah, exactly. I'm 30. Am I 37?
37.
Yeah, only a couple of years.
Well, I'm 39 body, but
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mental age is about 18.
100%. Yeah. Same vibe.
Yeah.
One bit of advice, whoever's listening, if you're young, it goes by real quick.
It does.
Make the
It
bloody
does.
most of it.
It does.
And that's again something I've talked about before, is realizing that the impact you can have even through just talking to these young crew, or like you say, like some gear or a product or whatever it might be, whatever the catalyst is that gets them going and gets them on a journey.
Yep.
The trajectory of their life can change completely.
He's on.
That's insane.
It is. And I do wonder what I think he would have been fine. You know, I just managed to like meet up with him a certain part of his life that he was ready to do something.
Yeah.
You know, and he was looking for it because he turned up excited. And I like, that's the kind of energy I like. He turned up
It's
excited.
infectious.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah. He was pumped.
Far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a young fella, TJ,
Yeah.
local dude, and we did a shout out TJ. I know he'll probably listen to this, so he'll probably comment on it too.
Nice.
He's always
Yeah,
supporting.
good stuff. What's up, TJ?
And the same thing with him. Like, he's a talented photographer, bro.
Yeah.
And I saw it early on. I got him on a few jobs, and he smashed it. And like, yeah, he had some learning to do, but
Yeah.
I was like, get this fella on the journey.
Yeah.
And he's away. And all the other stuff too, like the way you see the world and life and everything, because he's at that similar age when I was doing that stuff overseas and traveling. And now him and his missus are over there traveling around the world, and they're living their best life.
I know TJ. TJ's a legend.
Yeah, he's such a good
Yeah,
guy.
he gave up his building career, right?
Yeah,
yeah, mate.
TJ
Shout
Glover.
out TJ. I know exactly who you're talking about. He is a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I said to him, I'm like, dude.
Our circle just got a whole lot smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go and do it. And I can't even remember how I ran into him somewhere. I think I did this little photography course thing that was real shit, and I just put it online. And then when I started doing the videos, I think we connected through that. And he was like, oh, you're in Monica too.
Yeah.
Got him on a few jobs, stuff like that. Like, who knows where he's going to end up, where he's going to end up. Mm-hmm. But just that little bit of knowledge, or that little bit of, like I said, getting him on a job and being like, yeah, bro, you got this. Like, you've got some talent. Like, you can go a different path if you want to. Like, the world's your oyster. And now that
Really
they're traveling, I just like every time he puts up a thing, I'm just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, all the regular life shit will always be here. The houses, the career, all that other shit.
Yeah.
Worry about that when you're a bit older. Like, when you're young, just get out there and do it. Get out there and live, and like figure out who you actually are and build some confidence.
I do always wonder, like, who did it better? The people that did it straight out of school, when they got a house and then they boomed.
Yeah.
And now they've got a house and a family, but they can't go and do what I did.
Yeah, exactly.
In my 20s and my 30s.
Yeah.
They can't do that. They can't have that time back, but they're solid now. They've got everything they need. Depends.
Like you say, a lot of that depends on at the end of the day in life, you can accumulate all the material shit. You can accumulate all the money you like. You can do all the right things. At the end of the day, when you're sitting there at whatever fucking ripe old age you might make it to, and you look back, what are your regrets going to be? You can't take any of that shit with you.
No, you can't.
The important shit for me is helping others, like you said, and inspiring people and helping them live their best life. Because as much as when you're 18 and you're 20, you don't think about the future. You're just like, well, I'm just
Think
living.
about the weekend.
I'm just living. Yeah, the weekend.
What's happening this weekend?
Yeah.
My mum used to say, you're living for the weekend. Tim.
Exactly.
You're living for the weekend.
Exactly.
Think a bit further ahead, and I'm like, no, come on.
Once you get to
I'm 17.
Yeah, you get to a certain age and you reproduce, you have children, and you live for these other people, and you see like the future, and you think a lot more to the future. You realize, like, man, all that shit's just irrelevant.
Are you a little bit concerned about the next gen coming through? generation, like, because I see children now, students that don't want anything to do with the internet. They don't want their TikTok, they don't want their Instagram or whatever. And like, I feel like we were on the other side of that, because like we didn't have the internet, so to speak, growing up.
Yeah, we were the last pure generation.
Yeah, we were really, in a way. And then the mid 2000s, 2010 right through to 2020 really was just like, digital central, wasn't it? Like internet everything. If you're not got so many followers on Instagram, you're not worth it, or and there was ways to get around like the algorithm, and that whole generation got sucked in. And now I'm seeing, like, in the schools I teach, the kids, they don't want anything to do with that. They're like, I don't want to sit on my phone, I want to go outside and play. And I'm like, isn't that interesting that they've learned that? They've switched back.
It's like the ebbs and flows of society changing over the generations. Trippy.
You'll never get rid of it. And I don't think we should. I think it's a cool thing to be able to have, is like that global network that people can share everything. I think that's freedom of speech, everything. Everything you want to achieve in this world, the internet can help you, but also it can be a total tunnel for people. And that's all they do, and they just live vicariously through their phone, which is kind of sad.
Well, and that's another part that I preach with the content and with utilizing the internet is switch that up. Become a producer, not a consumer.
Yeah, do a bit of both.
Produce a product, produce content, produce something that benefits others that they can enjoy, instead of just droning away, fucking swiping.
You screwed it, really, because that's exactly what we're trying to do, is get people out.
This product enables people to get out there and actually live their life instead of just swiping.
It does. Be your own hero. Go up there and do it yourself. And I'm so grateful to help people do that. That's the warm fuzzies for me, is to see people do their thing.
It's what always trips me out about product-based brands is, from the outside looking in, it's just, everything in here is a product, right?
Yeah.
It's a product.
Yeah.
But there's always like a deeper connection. There's deeper shit to it, And as someone who's building a brand and has built a product-based brand, you get to see all that stuff and get all the feedback of people being like, "Oh, dude, see your product out on the mountain," and it's like there's so much more to it than just the actual physical thing. It's trippy.
It's everything. Do you know what I've been really blown away with lately? Is usually I sell at the back of a van. Like, I meet people and I'm like, "Oh, hey," and they're like,
hustling.
They
love it.
Well, it's not just hustling. It's actually expressing what that is, and to people, and meeting people, and people always buy them, and I'm like, that's awesome. That's happening. But now we're moving into the realm of like suppliers and shops and retail, and it's really interesting to see how shop owners react to these polls, and they go, "We'll take them." They look at them and they go over, and then they know product, and they know product. They know what they're looking for, and they can see that that's a good product. And one shop owner even goes, "Do you mind if I test it?" And before I said yes, he just goes like this, and it just bent the whole pole like it was a ski pole, just went both ways and pinged back, and he was like, "Yeah, pretty good. Like, I'll take some." So I was like, how cool is that though? You're seeing someone put it to the metal in front of you. And it goes, and it's like, yeah, that's right. I wasn't even nervous.
It's kind of the two different sides of it, The back of the van, selling. People are probably like, "Oh, this dude's a good dude. Like his energy. I'll support his brand." Which is a lot of it. Like the personality can obviously, help with growth. But then, like you say, on the retail side, it's the complete opposite. It's just a shop. They just want a good product.
They do. They do just want a good product. But that's the beauty of it, is that I get to sell to people out the back of the van, and they get the one that the shop was going to get. And now shops are jumping on board, so it's awesome. It's very cool. Looking forward to seeing where it goes, man.
And what do you say? 8 years?
8 years now, yeah.
Hey? And this is, I preach another thing I tell people about. I'm like, the 5-year rule. Yeah. Put 5 years into something before you expect shit to happen. And as a very rough.
We'd gone through a few phases though. Like it was 8 years of a few mixes and matches and different things, different people. And it's only really been the last 2 years that things have really started to take shape, because of all the learning we did. Yeah. Because of all the effort we put in previously, and like discovered what we needed to do properly, not what we think we need to do.
That's what you learn over the 5-year rule,
exactly. And
journey.
And now it's really starting to come to fruition and be a Kiwi product, which is cool. But yeah, I've seen that guy bend the pole back and forth. That was the moment I knew we were sweet. I was like, cool. Like you don't. I don't think that you've done it before to test it, but your fingers are crossed and someone else is like pushing on the product. And
gives you confidence in your product, though.
Yes, and that's when I was like, oh, cool, that's awesome. Here we go.
Yeah, it's so cool, bro. Dude, you should be super proud of what you've created because
thank you. Thanks for having me on.
It's no easy feat, man.
No.
Building the product is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, the learning curve over time that this works, that doesn't work, change this, do that.
That'll always happen too.
Yeah.
You got to keep doing that. You got to stay nimble. I call it. You just pivot, go. Like if something happens, make sure you fix it. Where you adjust to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next step, like you say, getting it in front of people, marketing it, getting it in shops, distribution. Like, there's so much that goes on with this type of brand or product-based brand that people don't see.
People have ideas too. That's the cool thing about talking to people about this. They go, oh, what about this and what about that? And they've got all sorts of bits and pieces that they want to add to it. And I go, I have thought about that, but you can't just throw it all on the same product. Or like you can't do it all at the same time. You've got to have a block, and then you start the next block, and then the next block, and then you keep going, and you build your product range by doing that. I think, and environmentally wise, we don't want to use too much. Like we don't overstock. There was like just under 1,000 poles made for this season. Like all of these products, that was it, and that's the batch. Like those poles won't be done again. This is for this season and next season, and then when we've sold those, then we can move into the next realm of what it means to have a screw pole. Yeah, but
that's the smart way to go about manufacturing a product as well. Like,
and I don't want to waste it.
No,
I don't want to like have hundreds of thousands of bits of products sitting there doing nothing.
No,
and just waste. It's just wasted, in my opinion. I'd rather people have a good quality product, have the right one, and then we learn what's wrong with that one and move up to and upgrade it for the next one's going through.
Yeah, so they get some feedback on that run and be like, oh yeah, we'll just tighten this up or dial that up.
And to be fair, this is holding up. This is holding up really well. Very happy with it.
Yeah,
very happy.
I'll put them to good test out on
man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah,
I really like. What else do you want to talk about? Drop us some wisdom, bro. Come on.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Wisdom. You need some wisdom?
You push in. When's your birthday?
My birthday was in.
When's the big one?
In August.
When's the big one?
The big 4-0? Next year. But like 42 is the meaning of life, though, right?
Is it?
Yeah. Did you know that?
Is that the midlife crisis? That's what everyone is.
I often thought that I hit my retirement age at 32.
Yeah.
Because I've decided I'm retiring and I'm going to do what I love for the rest of my life, and that's this. Yeah.
You don't think about it though, eh? Like if you're like, let's say all the work you put into this, which you own, it's your brand, your product, your everything. You don't even think about it, eh? People, how do you keep going? You don't even think about it.
Do it.
I was the same pursuing the photography stuff, dude. I had a set goal and I was like, I'm going to fucking get there no matter what. And not once did I ever think like, oh, this is a lot of work. What if it doesn't turn out? I was like, it is going to turn out how I wanted it.
Because you put the effort in. You keep going. That's
that mindset shift you were saying about work though. When you clock in, clock out is a completely different way of thinking when you're doing this, you're building something.
Or like, you'd say, I did a 10-hour day today. I worked from 7 till 5 o'clock. I had half hour for lunch, but I had 20 minutes for smoko each side. And they're the break. They're the times that those 20 minutes smoko.
Yeah,
that's the time when you need to be putting the effort in on your own stuff.
Yeah.
You're taking a break from work, but you're still engaged. You're still awake.
Yeah.
You use those moments to better the other side.
Yeah.
And then try not to go home and just chill. You got to be pushing on until 9, 10 o'clock at night because you could sit in front of the TV and just watch TV or watch scroll on the internet for a couple of hours, can't you?
Consume or produce.
Or exactly, there you go. You produce something.
Yeah. You've got I saw one the other day that said that too. Like I was one of the big internet motivation fellows, and he was saying that, like, a job's great. Use it to fund
What you want to do.
what you actually want to do until the thing that you actually want to do starts paying, and then you switch out.
Absolutely.
I did that. I literally, I had to quit actual jobs because I had ducked off to go do a shoot because I earn more to go shoot for a day than I do at 2 weeks at this shit job. And like one of them, they were like, this was years back when I was working for one of the council contractors. They got wind of it. It was over winter too. I think it was a winter shoot.
So there wouldn't have been much on.
And I had to come in. I had to come in and do this meeting. We got to have a whatever meeting. Oh, you can have a support person and all this shit. I was like, the fuck are you talking about? I just rolled up and they were like, oh, whatever. It was all like corporate. And I said, so you don't like ambition? Is that it? I said, I'm fucking working to build something here. Like,
you would think they would encourage that, wouldn't you?
And that's what I said. I said, oh, you don't like having ambitious people on the team, obviously. And they were like, oh, well, this, that. I walked out like half an hour later. I came back in. I was like, here's my resignation. I'm out of here.
You just don't want to work with those kind of people, do you?
It's weird, eh? Such a weird world.
Is it jealousy?
I don't know what
or is it like, oh, you can't do that on work time?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't work time. It just happened to, call in sick to go and do a shoot. Like the thing that they actually give a fuck about.
Yeah. I would let that slide.
Yeah.
If it was me personally, but I'm not corporate.
No, exactly. It's a different world.
I'm authentic, I like to think.
Look at me. I'm not built for that world,
No,
bro.
neither.
Fuck. I had a gig here when we first moved back to NZ. I was like a contract manager for one of the council, because I've always done like maintenance. Like I always did trade shit, before photography and everything else that I do. I always did hands-on stuff, since I was a young fella.
Yep.
Electrical, plumbing, everything, trade, easy, just money for time, swap your money for time, basically. And I came back and I was
That's the tradie world, man.
Yeah, I was like contract manager, maintenance manager for one of the council contractors. And I would be sitting.
That's a good contract.
I would be sitting in council meetings, bro, with these people who are like just brutal. And I'm all just like covered in shit. Like I've just been out fixing a toilet or whatever, and I'm all greasy and I roll in and sit in these meetings, and it's just absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
It just goes round in circles. And at the end of it, you're like, What
happened?
What did we just spend 2 hours achieved nothing?
Someone email me the minutes for that? Like,
they're all just justifying their job. And like again, that was a season of life where I needed it. I was supporting who I had to support.
Yeah.
Hustled through it. It was all good. And but yeah, sitting in those meetings, you just have those moments where you're like, I'm not built for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Each their own. Some people are, but I definitely was.
Yeah.
I was like, nah,
I have to like sympathize with that. I definitely like the teaching world is similar. Mm-hmm. You have, there's a fine line. You can't do anything these days.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm a bit of a straight shooter.
Yeah.
Like if you're a dick, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
If you need to shut up, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Because it's a respect thing. There's a bit of wisdom for you. Like,
drop it.
Yeah, just respect people. Respect what they are, who they are, and you'll get it back. You know what I mean? And then suddenly that's all good. It's like your neighbour that you piss off all the time because you're having too many beers. Did you ever think about dropping off a beer for him? And saying, "Hey man, sorry about the weekend. Here's a few leftovers." Just reaching out and showing someone a bit of respect just because they get angry at you or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think there's always a solution as well. You can talk something out.
Yeah.
And you can definitely get to the bottom of something. A problem shared is a problem halved, right?
100%.
There's lots of little tidbits around the world that can give you an edge on life, but yeah, you get one and enjoy it.
Humans are very great bit of wisdom. Humans are very reactionary at heart.
They are.
The best, and me and the wife talk about this, and it's a skill that I've always had, and I've managed to get myself into different jobs and places for this reason. And I don't know if it's the right word, but being like, I call it being personable. Like, in other words, I'm me. This is my personality, right? I have certain views. I have certain ways I see things. Johnny down the road is a completely different type of human.
Very.
Different personality. Different,
have you met him?
But
he's crazy, man.
But yeah.
He's all over the place.
When I converse with him,
yeah,
I can pick up on what he's like
Yeah.
and adjust my personality to gel in with him
Yeah.
and still keep everything kosher.
That's-
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
that's
yeah. And
cool.
good vibe.
That's a good skill to have.
And that's having that critical thinking of
Yeah.
self is key.
Yeah.
Because you go out in the world, man, and
Yeah.
everything's reactionary because people are so hardwired in this is how I am. They did something that I don't agree. Oh, and they react.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like when I see that shit, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of, yeah, that's their point of view. Like, you know, and we've just seen that in the States, like with old mate getting bloody shot, Charlie Kirk, who's a good conservative speaker guy. And I didn't listen to much of his stuff, but all because of opposing views.
Okay.
And that's the lack of, it's obviously a lot more intense over there. They're very divided politically and shit compared to here. We're a bit more chill. Kiwis have always been chill.
Yeah.
But having that personable, I don't even know what the word is. Is it personable? Either way, being able to like meet somebody and go in that moment as you're speaking to them,
Adjust.
okay, like this is obviously, you know, I think
Appreciate.
this is how these people are. Okay, you know, and gel in with them and keep everything, you know,
I know what you mean.
you might be sitting there going, this dude's absolute fucking
In a
knob.
monologue.
You know, that might be in here, as long as that doesn't come out.
Have it in a monologue, people.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
get yourself in a monologue
Yeah,
because A, they're funny,
Yeah.
and B, you'll still have a job at the end of the day.
100%. And that's it. Like, don't go through life reacting to everything just because you're so fucking hell bent on your views.
Yeah.
You know, that personableness is so, it can take you so far in life. You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, you might go home and go, oh, that dude that I just talked with was a fucking,
What,
actually a bit of a knob.
Yeah.
But you presented yourself in a
not
good
at all.
light.
No, I think you're a great dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've only just met you, but I think you're fantastic. Bro. In a monologue. Oh,
You know-
did I say that out loud?
You know what I mean? And that's that one. I say to people, I'm like, dude, wire yourself that way.
Yeah.
It'll open up so many doors.
My
because-
dad's like that.
Yeah.
Like my dad is. Everyone, all my mates said, "Oh, Matt's a good bastard."
Yeah.
Because he gives everyone the respect they deserve.
Exactly.
You know, like
Exactly.
and he speaks to them like they're people.
Yeah.
And also laughs with everybody. You know, a complete stranger he'll have a laugh with, and people react to it.
Yeah.
Personable.
Yeah.
You know, like and that's definitely a skill I think I picked up off him.
Can change your day running into the
It
right
can.
person that's
It
got that
can.
energy too.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. You're right.
You know?
Yeah.
Just have a good yarn or a
Yeah.
good whatever it might be.
Let's get-
Connect with you, like you said,
Yeah.
the respect and
Yeah.
you build, and then old mate your dad comes along. Oh, how you doing, mate? And like connects and it's
Next
sweet.
thing you know, you're flying to the moon.
Uplifted. You're like,
Yeah.
oh.
You're
Yeah.
off on a mission that you didn't know you were going to go on.
Yeah. No, right. There's a lot of deep thinking and like personality growth you can do to like we talked about earlier, change your path.
Yeah.
Get you in, you know, send you in places that you wouldn't be when you're stuck in that opposite mindset, that negative mindset, you know.
It's a little bit like motivation, right?
Yeah.
So what motivates you? You know, like what, like yes, respect, yes, love, fun, all that stuff. But what motivates you? What gives you that energy to want to do something? And if you can pinpoint that, you know, if you can put a dot on that and go, right, that's my motivation. Think about that when you need to get out of bed in the morning. You know, think about that when you're not going to go, you know, do a mission that you shouldn't be doing. You should be doing this one. You know, like you may need to make a decision. Is that in line with what my motivation is?
True
and
to
then,
self.
and then true to the motivation and yourself,
Yeah.
which is, you know, it's all a learning progress at the end of the day, because your motivation will change. Like motivation from 10 years ago will be totally different from your motivation now, right? You know,
Your motivation when you're in your 20s and young, wild, and free is a lot different to when you're chilled out and
I
got
just had a
kids and
flashback.
wife. Flashback.
No, it was a good one.
I get
No,
plenty of those.
I've thoroughly enjoyed my life. I think life is
yeah.
great.
Yeah, me
you know,
too.
like
Yeah.
I've had my trials. Everyone does, but I 100% enjoy my life, and I enjoy the people in it. So thanks everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like thanks for being a part of the fun
Part of
and
the
the
journey.
the madness that it keeps going. Because like people were like, "What, ski pole, screwdriver?" Okay, Tim,
Awesome.
sure.
That's great.
You know, and then now here we are.
Are you religious?
Talking-
Are you religious in any way?
Brought up a Catholic. I'm now a Taoist.
I don't even know what that is.
So a Taoist is someone that just allows shit to happen. So I like to think of myself as a positive Taoist. So like I can move the river, so to speak. So it's it's like tasting the sweet in the vinegar. Do you know the vinegar test?
No.
So like the vinegar test, it was three wise old men, monks, so to speak, from China. A few, what is it? Someone that was Buddhist and what's the other one? Sorry, I'm not good with, there's Buddhism, there's Taoism, and then there's one more. There's the Confucianist, I think it's called. It's the
Gotcha.
Dalai Lama. No, there's three of them.
Whatever they are. Yeah,
Anyway.
we get it.
Anyway, yeah. They all taste vinegar, and 2 out of the 3 go, oh, that's bitter, that's sour.
Yeah.
And the Taoist goes, oh, that was quite sweet. Like they saw the benefit of it because it was a anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, that was quite sweet. Like that actually helped me.
Yeah.
And so that's the difference, right? The other guys were like, no, I don't want any more of that. That doesn't taste good. Whereas the Taoist was like, it wasn't bad. I'll go another one. Like let's see how that works. And it's actually, like I said, an anti-inflammatory. Apple cider vinegar. It is, yeah. I did like if you're interested in it, you should read the Tao of Pooh. Pooh Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy that wrote Pooh Bear is a Taoist.
Gotcha.
And he's actually he's a lecturer at Oxford University or whatever it is over there in the UK. Was and so he's quite a smart dude. He's written his papers, a doctor and all that sort of stuff. But he decided that he was going to try and explain Taoism through the world of Pooh. And yeah, mate, it is brilliant. It is. If you're ever struggling with life, read that book, The Tao of Pooh.
Interesting.
And it's spelled Tao. I think that's it. It's Tao, but it's Tao.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
But that book basically explains how Taoism works and what other characters there are in our world and other people and other influences that can affect each other, but not the Taoist. So the Taoist will basically always see the positive.
Shit, I might be a Taoist.
You probably are, without knowing. I didn't know I was.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was.
Because I preach a lot of that stuff to my kids now.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. So on the way, you should read it, bro. It's a great read.
Sounds great.
I have the audiobook on Audible, and I at least once a year I'll put that on.
Yeah.
And just to get the brain thinking again and go, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's a great story, really. They do it very well.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
So that's what's the base fundamentals of being a Taoist? Is it
allowing things to happen. So it's like go with the flow.
My whole thing's just like trust. I just trust the universe.
Trust it. Yeah. Trust in the universe. Yeah. That's it.
Sweet.
That's it. Yeah, you are. And that's the cool part.
Do I get like a colander to put on my head?
You can make one.
Flying spaghetti monster.
You can make one.
I robbed a church when I was a teenager.
What? The bread and the wine?
Of the money out of the till.
How did you get away with that? You're just like, they're handing it past you, just like, thanks, mate.
One of the bros, he will be on this podcast eventually. He's just ticking off some goals first. But there was a church up north, and they had like it was kind of sketch, man. Like when I think back to it, we were just skate rats, right?
Yeah.
I've told this story before, but we were just skate rats. And they had like a skate park that they used to set up in the car park.
Of the church.
After the service.
Yeah, right.
So they would use that to like lure in these young skate rats to be like, oh, you can skate our park, but you got to go through the service first. And from the first thing, like we were just weird. Like skate rat, weed smoking, however old teenagers. Like we were just hot, little rebels. But we saw it and we like fully infiltrated their operation, bro. Like we went on tours with them. We like gave ourselves to the whatever.
Okay.
We did the whole shebang just so we could skate this.
Oh man, if you love skating, you're gonna do it.
Got to the point where they gave us jobs in the church, and we were like, the whole time we were like,
this is crazy.
These dudes don't know where we're from. Like,
yeah.
We were just these little ghetto kids,
Yeah.
And then just
it worked out though.
Cleaned the till out and never went back.
And that was that. Did they even try and hit you up? Like,
oh yeah. I can't remember, but
yeah.
That's all. And I'm not proud of it at all. It was horrible. I did a lot of horrible shit when I was young, but
learned from it.
Like,
you learned from it.
I saw that side of religion, and I was kind of like, it's a bit odd.
I think people are just looking for something to believe in, man.
Exactly.
That's the problem with religion.
Yeah.
And I don't have, like, if you want to believe in it, fine. Yeah. That's cool, whatever. But when you start pushing it on other people or like making someone else, follow that line because you think it's right, I don't agree with that.
The fundamentals of Christianity and religion that I agree with, which are just,
good morals, right?
Good morals.
Good. Yeah.
And I preach that to my kid, like integrity.
You got it.
Being honest and having good moral principles.
That's a great word, integrity. That's a good word.
I preach to kids about it, like that side of it, 100% agree with. And like I said, I've seen fellas grow up with up north who went into some dark circles, gang world and everything, and used the Lord to find their way out and live a great life because they needed that external thing to believe in. That's
Absolutely.
what I tell people, like, fucking believe in yourself. Believe in whatever you want to believe in. Yeah. Everyone needs that thing. I believe in, as I just found out, the Taoist thing. Like, I believe in the universe's path for me and where I'm meant to go.
That's 100%.
And I trust it 100% and I lean into it. And guess what?
So you
it always fucking works out good.
This is what religion does. It punishes you for doing wrong. Like you feel guilty. That feeling. You're like, I feel terrible about it. Yeah, that's what religion does to you. It makes you feel bad, and it's like, it's ingrained in me. Unfortunately, like it's how I was brought up by like my family, not necessarily mum and dad, but my grandparents. Yeah, they were into that, and I went to a Catholic school, and so I felt that that guilt for not doing something right or not being good enough. And then when I left and did my own thing and discovered Taoism, I was like, oh, man, it's a way better feeling. And I think that's where religion was trying to go. Like no one can ever pinpoint it. Like how many different religions do we have now? No one's ever going to know the source of religion. No. Of why we think that there's something else out there. Whereas the world is one. Like you just take it for what it is. Like it's your reality, you make it. You go and do it.
Yeah,
you kick down someone's house, you're gonna get in trouble, aren't you? You don't know who you're gonna go into, whose house you're gonna go into and upset. But like if you are walking down the street and someone falls over, you help them up. Like you can walk past. There's decisions there you can make as a human to make yourself feel good and other people and help other people.
Integrity,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, bro.
Terrible examples, but
yeah, it's true though.
It is what it is.
And that's part of my ethos of what I believe in, like I said, I believe in the universe and that it provides...
When you need it, at the time you need it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And exactly what you were just saying, and I hate to like preach it because there's a certain audience that picks up on it and they go, yeah, I believe in that too, and it's true. But the things that you put out eventually come back around,
They do.
It's like a...
These stickers.
Think about,
I see them everywhere.
Think about, like, let's say, starting a YouTube channel. This is a stupid analogy, but it will kind of make sense. You start a YouTube channel from nothing, right?
Yeah.
No one watches your shit. Over time, you keep putting it out. You keep putting it out. And guess what? Over time, it grows. Same as any content, social media, whatever. More people like it. They enjoy it. They go, oh, this dude's doing good stuff. They get, potentially get inspiration and energy from it. And the same thing applies to your life choices. To me, it builds over time. So, like you say, if you go around doing shitty things to people,
it'll come back at you.
It all builds up, and you end up in shit situations and live a pretty shitty existence. Do the opposite over time, because I believe in karma as well. But like I say to people, like, because I grew up in a very hippie community and very spiritual. Like mother, very real spiritual, but and I tell people, I'm like, when you're doing good in the world, don't ever think, oh, like good karma, it'll come back. You can't think like that.
No, just be good anyway.
Just do it, and one day something will happen, and you'll go, huh? Like I don't even think about the potential of a return for any good you do in the world.
No,
it's not even in my radar.
Out there. Yeah,
it's like I just like doing it because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And then every now and again something will happen. Like I said, it'll build up over time, and something good will come. Completely unexpected will come into your life, and you'll go, shit. And that's when you realize, like, oh,
well, that's kind of how I feel about this. Because like when we started chatting, like just on the because we went straight through. We went to each other, right? I think you followed me, and I was like, oh, what's happening here? And then like that was the initial like, mate, it sounds like we need to have a chat. And you're like, let's do a podcast. And
here we are.
I'd love to.
Exactly.
I'd like just that good. It's not necessarily the good.
Yeah.
but like it's an option that you're like, actually we could talk about some cool shit. You know, we could talk about some wisdom or some product or some, you know, what makes the world tick, and could someone's going to be watching and go, oh, that's cool. I want to do something like that. You know, if I would just say, like, if you want to get involved with Screw You Poles, come at us. We'll come at me and get involved. We want to help you get the skills to move forward and do your own thing as well. You know, like we've run all sorts of internships with people that want to learn about it, and they get sponsored pretty quickly after they've been with Screw You Poles, because, you know, we've shown interest, and then someone else will go, hey, we want them, and then they get a better option. But I'm quite happy to go, yeah, go. You know, like you earned that. You put yourself out there with us, and then now you're moving on to them, which is cool.
Rad,
you know,
bro.
It is.
Yeah,
it's special.
Different things I preach in photography about networking and stuff. Like, fuck, dude, like having a good attitude in life.
Yeah.
Being stoked on it.
Yeah.
Enjoying it, and just having good energy that, like you say, uplifts others, helps others, and just, you know, and just be a good person, whether you're religious, whether you're not, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you see someone in a
help
situation, whatever it might be, there's a million different scenarios. Just help other people.
Have a laugh with them. I'd like, you know, if someone does something on the street or in the supermarket or whatever, and you can have a laugh, mate. Yeah. I love a good, you know, supermarket yarn.
Yeah.
You know, you get to the store and you go, oh, what have you got in your basket? You know, like, remember that old guy? Oh, what's that? I'll put that straight in my basket.
Yeah. And again, like I was sitting here saying this, we obviously realize that not everybody has kind of this, you know, the gift of the gab to just be able to roll up to someone in the street and have a yarn, have a chat, whatever. But it comes with time.
I think it's a skill learned, right?
It's a learned skill.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When I was, you know, in my teen, however old, dude, I did.
Big to know.
I was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You know, and then at a certain point, you go through some changes. Like they say, what is it for males? The frontal lobe doesn't develop till your mid-20s.
Is that right? Jeez, man.
A lot of these crew, you know, they're in the early 20s. Oh, fuck, you know, whatever. Just write off people talking like this, whatever. But
really,
but then they get to the next part of life when they're into the next stage,
and they've hit their strides, right?
Actually, now I get it.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
That makes sense.
Let's wrap up anyway. We've been going for ages. All right,
we have been going for ages.
Final words. Hey, it's called the Big Yarn for a reason, bro. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Pleasure.
I'd 100% do it again, and maybe we can talk about something else next time.
Do it in the future when you're
we got some new.
See where this is at.
Yeah, right. Let's have a yearly update next year or something. Growth.
Yeah.
Learning.
No, you're doing great work, bro. And like I said,
I'd just like one little piece of wisdom. Learning is new knowledge. So don't be afraid of learning something. Just grab the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not learning; it's just new knowledge.
Yeah. Have a thirst for knowledge in general.
For sure.
Because it'll 100%.
Because then the learning's not hard. It's just you just want the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know?
I like it.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up on that before my voice disappears.
Nice.
All right, go check out Screw You if you're looking for some poles. They're a bloody awesome product. I know I'll be getting some. And the bro Tim is doing some. Sorry, I shouldn't call you by your nickname. Shovel Gunzy's doing some. Such a fucking name. I love it.
My mates do as well.
Yeah.
We're one of the boys now. Hey, Shovel, hey, Gunzy, yeah.
It's very shovel for short.
Yeah, shove.
Screw You avalanche shovels.
Ooh, actually, like now that you mention, I know we're supposed to wrap up.
There's one up there. No, we're all good. Let's keep it going. Brain fart.
Well, it's not just a brain fart. There is going to be all sorts of attachments go on the top of that. So this is the beginning of like a utilizing tool. So that one you've got right there.
Yeah.
Then we'll be bringing out accessories in the next few years.
Nice.
To showcase New Zealand and what tools we need, and around the world as well. So
I love all the Kiwi branding on it stuff, dude. It's so like
Thanks,
you've made that like part of the brand, you know, the Kiwiana.
It is.
It's so important.
It is.
For this reason. People need this shit. They need to see like, fuck, New Zealand's the shit.
It is the
awesome.
Shit. It is. We are very good at what we do, and we're humble in the way that we go about our business, and we do it very well. Like there's that, like I said, that All Blacks that vibe that want to be the best.
The All Black mentality, but it actually applies to everything.
It does.
Not just being an All Black.
Not just being an All Black. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's rad, bro. You're doing great work.
Well, thank you, and likewise. I hope you keep interviewing good Kiwis doing good things.
Well, it will.
You know.
Like I said, it's a selective bunch, but it's people like you that are having a crack and actually making something happen with. It could be anything. In your case, it's a pole brand and potentially other things in the future. But it's good. You're not seeing a limitation already. You're going,
Absolutely
this is our base product.
Yeah.
And now we're pushing out, do this, attach with this, that. You know, like world's your oyster.
We have to if you type in I think we're gonna need to. There's a code. I've got a code for everyone. It's
A discount code.
a discount code.
Oh, look out.
Yeah, free ship.
Okay.
Yeah, all in capitals.
Free ship. What will they do? Give them free shipping.
They give them free shipping. Yeah, buy set poles.
So you've got an online sales.
Yeah, we've got online sales. That's where we do most of our sales. But type in free ship.
Well, you're certainly living your brand, bro.
Yeah,
Should be
and
proud
that'll
of
get you
yourself.
free shipping.
You've done it.
Good fun.
Made an epic product. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We better wrap this up because the bro's got to head out of town. So,
all right, Snow Machine. I'll see you there.
Thanks for watching.
Bye, team.
See you in the next video.
you.
In the next episode.
Thank you.
See ya.